everybody. I'm glad we're here and we're functioning. How is life? How is everything going? I've been told we have a lot to chat about today. I've been told there's a lot of things to talk about from y'all in the Discord, and I'm excited about it. I know Gal is here. Thank you for subscribing for another month, Gal. We love you, and I love your support. Even if Twitch is a little bastard and, upped costs and takes more and I don't get any, it doesn't matter. I love you, and I thank you for your support. Also, fuck ads. Fuck ads. Fuck companies, and fuck ads. I don't know why my hair is doing this today. I got mad scientist vibes with this hair, but I'll take it and I'll run with it. You know, we go that way. Also, I saw the little recording, or I guess I listened to the little recording, 7. Sounds great, but I cannot get over the picture of the fat lizard. I know you said to get over it. Cannot get over it. It's cute. Going to the fair today. Oh my, wait, going as in, I guess I don't know what time zone you're in, so maybe you're still going. Is it a nighttime fair, or are you, in a better time zone? And also, what fair? Renaissance fair? I've never been to a Renaissance fair, and I want to go so badly. I really, really want to go. I almost auditioned for a bunch, because I was like, that might be a fun job, because you see all, the Ren Fair TikToks. But only the California ones have, the barmaids that talk dirty to you while you drink. That's what I would want to do, and only the California ones have that. They don't got that where I'm at. It's been so long. I know it has. I want to hear all about the D&D campaign because everybody was nice and they didn't say anything because they wanted to let you say it. So I want to hear everything in detail. I want you to be talking to me about this D&D campaign for the next 3 hours. It's just that. That's all I want. 4 hours? 3 hours. 3 hours. I don't care if it's childish. I love me some fairs. Hell yeah. Me too, 4 months. That's right, y'all. 4 months, let's go. Hello, Alex. Welcome. I am doing well. I hope you are doing well tonight, too. Evening, okay. A fair, not completely sure since my roomie said they got tickets while doing their job, and my ass went, ooh, we're going to Lululand. Just don't burn it down. Please don't burn down the Lululand because I don't have the money to bail you out of jail, okay? All right? Are we clear? Okay? All right? Are we clear? Burn it. Got it. No? If they play this in court and try to frame me for you burning it down, I swear to God, if they cut it like I'm an AI, we gonna have problems. I just went to the PA Ren Fair. Rachel, wanna go with me? Oh my God, Gal, if I was anywhere near you, you know I would. If I was anywhere near you, you know I'd be at your door and I'd be like, bitch, we need to go to the Ren Fair right now. I want to go. I've never been. I think it'd be fun. Maybe I'll go with my sister. She's still in the chat. We got to make plans to go. I'm going to have to put it in her calendar because she's busy like shit. I got a spare bed. Let's go. A spare bed for me and my clothes because you got to get Renaissance clothes. And I don't have any Renaissance clothes, so I'm going to have to get some big-ass outfit. Make s'mores, 7? Yeah, you'll do a better job than we did when we tried to do it. I'm excited for Thursday. I think that's midnight 30 my time. That's my next Candela session. Trying to get my friend into a group with our DM. Oh, yo. You're going to have fun on your next Candela. I have no doubt whatsoever. No doubt, all right? The story you were telling me last Saturday, I think it was, sounded amazing. So I have no doubt you're going to have a good-ass time. And I want to hear about it. After you have it, I want to hear about it. So you best be in my chat because I want to know. We're burning it up and yeah. I moved into my college dorm. They have a guy who does perverted poetry. Okay. Phrasing. Moved into your college dorm, God tier. I don't know that you're allowed. Are you allowed to have people spend the night? Because if that's what you mean by spare bed, I don't know. Not every dorm allows that. Does your dorm allow that? Oh, the fair has the pervert. Oh. I don't know if that's worth a plane going over my head redemption, but from that wording, from I moved into my college dorm to they have a guy who does perverted poetry, I genuinely thought you meant your college. Yep, I knew it was coming in. Thank you, 7. I genuinely thought you meant your college. has a perverted poetry guy. And I was so concerned because I was like, wow, I'm glad you go to a progressive college, but also I don't know that they should have that. That feels bad. Heard plain, and that was all I needed. God tier. You're on the number. The one thing you redeem, you got it every time. Timing was off. Yeah. Yeah, timing was very off. I was like, suddenly brain is concerned. The moved in and spare bed was back to back. Oh, okay. So it's because it's on a delay, right? I read the chat a little bit later than y'all send it in. So by the time I'm responding, you've said something new and I'm correlating them in my brain when they shouldn't be correlated, you know? And that's what's happening. That's what's happening. Okay, I got you. 43.3k channel points? May have lost my place, but I'm still rolling. I still think you're in the lead. Here, I'll check. Hold on, I'll check. You're beating me by almost 10k. I think you are fully in the lead. Yeah, Gal's at 40.7. 7, I do not think you are losing your point streak anytime soon, because that shit's wild is what that is. Oh my god, dude. Oops! Stream elements. You're not supposed to say that. Hold on, guys. I gotta turn that off. LOL. I mean, I guess technically, I can make this stream contain intense violence, blood and gore, sexual content, and strong language. I can make that happen if we wanna. It ain't that hard. I got a redemption for quite a few of those. I say fuck, pussy, and cunt like it's nobody's business. I can describe scenes of intense violence if that's what we need to make that realistic. Uh-oh. I don't know where it is. How do I get rid of that? Ah! I found it. Okay, it's been disabled. Hopefully it... Rachel gonna have real pussy tats for stream? Literally is what's gonna happen. If Stream Elements needs me to have it, I can do it. Listen. I've said this before, my whole community knows this. If it would not blacklist me from being in the professional acting community, I absolutely would have an OnlyFans. I absolutely would hop on Twitch every day. And if you've ever seen, like, what's the guy's name? It's like Boyfriend something. Or if you see those ladies who get on here and they wear bikinis and they're like, oh, thank you for donating. Like, I can make better content than that and still be in sexy vibes. So I would do it. It would at least pay me stuff. Not what I meant. I think I saw a putty tat. Or 10. Oh, that works too. Either way, cats are called pussies. So it still works. What did you say, Alex? It scrolled up. Let me see. Hold on. My GM teased our group with the next area. It used assets from Black Myth Wukong, and he's using that to build an Asian-themed archipelago filled with animal people. And the GM DM'd me saying that is where my friend NPC is from. That's crazy. You must have a good-ass GM because I don't do that kind of shit. I do not put that much effort into my world building. It's just not a thing I enjoy. I very specifically try to keep my worlds that my players are in small. Yup, thank you for the redemption, Gal. It did in fact go over my head. Because I can't put in that much research and stuff. I could have done dramaturgy. I can't do it. That's crazy. That's crazy. Good for your GM though. That's gonna be a fun campaign. They use video game assets for everything they do and somehow made all the ritual scenes and stuff with assets. Yeah, way too much work. Your GM's fire. I don't put in that much effort. I put in a lot of effort, but not in that way. I'm not technical. I'm not asset-y. I'm not, none of that jazz is things I can do. Over on Instagram, there's a video of the voices for Alistair and Charlie from Has-Been chasing each other with a toy burrito and trying to chuck it at each other as a game. That is a game. No, okay, it's throw burrito. I watch Smosh, so I watch a lot of games, and I watch No Rules Barred, so I watch a lot of games, and I'm a board game bitch, so I play a lot of games. That is a real game called Throw Burrito. And if you get a certain card, you have to chuck a burrito at other people. So that's a real game, and that sounds like a funny-ass video, and I should watch that. I bought background stuff for your guys' next season of Candela because Sissy don't make the money. That is true. That is true. My sister bought these really cool-looking old-fashioned alcohol bottles that have, like, a pattern in the glass that creep up the bottle, and they're kind of, like, square. So she's going to try and fill them with, like, corn syrup and food coloring to try and get, like, a lava lamp effect. I'm thinking, like, sky blues and maybe a little, like, extra weird colors in there. Candela's green themed, so that might be cool. But I'm thinking of putting those in the background to do, like, lava lamp energy. I want an octopus. We gotta find an octopus before we film because I love octopuses. So I want to put one somewhere in there with, like, or at least something with tentacles. Something like that. Use water and oil, it's cheaper. That's what she recommended. I wasn't sure it was gonna work. You said nothing about octopus? I absolutely have said shit about I've said shit about tentacles. I want tentacles. I like tentacles. Tentacles, bro. Tentacles everywhere. The only things I don't want to I mean, we could probably do, like, an anchor or something, too. Not to me? Listen. Brain is having a hard time functioning, okay? Leave me alone. My brain's having a hard time functioning. Your lungs are having a hard time functioning. It's great. It's fabulous. Yeah, it doesn't have to, and I don't want cutesy, right? Like, sometimes there are skulls that have tentacles wrapped around them. Sometimes there are just tentacles everywhere. Sometimes there are tentacles and anchors. I'm thinking cool things because what I want to do is I want to go more like streamer vibes where you attach it to the walls, kind of like how the lights were, because I think our walls are a little bare. I like the things we have set up, right? Like the table and the dresser thing, and if we want to keep those, because we don't know if we're doing the same layout of people. If we keep those, that's cool, but I think if we put things on the actual wall, it might also be interesting. Thought processes. Go to the back end of Spencer's. They have tentacles. Not that kind of tentacles, gal. How many times do I gotta tell you, this is my professional account. We don't make that kind of content when my name and my face is attached. All right? If you find my pseudonym, have fun. No, I'm just kidding. Halloween season is coming up. Now, that's true. That's true. They got it, though. I know they got it. But honestly, just spray paint it. The problem is someone clocks that shit, I'm in trouble. No, we can't do that shit. But you know who might have it in a more, appropriate and, sponsorable format? Spirit Halloween. The problem is I don't know when Spirit Halloween opens. And if it doesn't open soon, then we ain't gonna get it in time. Riveted metal panels. Ooh, that's a good idea, Theta. Also, hello, Theta, welcome. That is actually a very good idea. Putting some metal panels up there and then maybe, then we could spray paint designs on them. Okay, we can combine that with Gal's idea. Facebook Marketplace, I found a shower curtain. Spirit Halloween open beginning of the month. Beginning of this month? Because we can definitely go if it's beginning of this month. Shower curtain's not the worst idea. Not the worst idea, but I don't know if I want a whole pattern back there. You know, like simple little things that make it like elegant but spooky. I don't know if I just want to be like, bam, image, you know what I mean? The last time I went into a Spencer's, it was a family trip. Nope, already, why did you go into a Spencer's on a family trip? Why did you do that? That's not smart. Why did you do that? That was not smart. I was sweating balls out of raw fear since my niece was there too. Not 5 seconds later, we walk out of Spencer's with regret. Bro, why would you do that? Why would you, what in God's name would walk you into a Spencer's with your family attached? Why? I just realized my book is arriving tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday. Alex, What book? Are you still on Candela? Are you getting the rule book? Because, oh my god, be excited. There's so much lore in it. I have the edition with the gold, the limited one. It's gorgeous. It's fabulous. You'll love it. I went with my mom, who looked at the back wall myth with me. Well, gal, that's a little bit better, because at least you're, like, you could have a relationship with your mother or your parent where you're like, oh, okay, we can walk through these things, we can laugh at these things. Most people don't. The average person is like, ooh, maybe you don't, and it was just as awkward. I don't know. I should have asked, what is the aesthetic of the lighthouse? That's a great question, Theta. I have no idea. If y'all have an opinion on what the aesthetic of the lighthouse should look like, let me know. Personally, I think the inside is barren. I think there's like barely, if any at all, furniture in it. I think maybe there's a desk. But it's not confined to the skinny shape of a lighthouse. It is kind of like an endless thing with a bunch of doors. It's like a mansion inside, even though it's shaped on the outside like a lighthouse. It's definitely a little bit cracked, debilitated. Pieces are falling apart. And the spotlight is the part that's in the ocean floor. It's like dug in there so it can't come out. And inside of like the glass metal orb, because we're not really doing a cage because you gotta have the light. Inside of a glass metal orb, the spotlight spins like usual. So it creates these like light patterns that happen, and you see them on top of the ocean. Not the rule book, but it's a commissioned Eldritch book based on the Necronomicon. Alex, that's fire. That is cool as shit. If you are in the Discord, please post pictures of that, because I want to see it when it comes in, because that sounds cool as shit. The majority of us are edgelords or emos or goths, so we didn't think much of it at first. Oh, fair. My mother's a 60-year-old Catholic woman who's married to a deacon of our church. Right. Catholic trauma. Right. Why did you... You know what? Maybe I need to rephrase my antagonizations then. 7, you're fine. You're a bunch of emo goth people. Never mind walking to that store with your family. Gal, why the fuck would you walk into that store with your mother? That's what I need to do, is flip those. I need to flip them. What the fuck, dude? Why? Oh, Lord. It should look like the background of SpongeBob. I swear to God, you guys have already threatened and made promises to dress up as SpongeBob characters when we do our live show. I refuse to put anything SpongeBob in my fucking campaigns. Okay? You're already torturing me. I'm already aware of what happens when we do our live show. Okay? I ain't doing it on purpose. You can suffer. Absolutely not. I'm in the Discord. I'm Algernon Drake. Got you. Call of Cthulhu character, who's also my Candela character, as a reference to the COC version. Dope! Then I want to see that picture. I want to see a picture of it when it drops. And also let us know who made it. Because if it's customized and it's beautiful, artists gotta support other artists, you know what I mean? That's gorgeous. She drove in with her little cart because she saw funny t-shirts. Oh no. Well, that's kind of on her. At least it's not your fault. That's kind of on her. Oh, that's hysterical, though. That's so fucking funny. The front of the store is a little deceiving. It's not till you get to the back that you see everything, so fair enough. Martha Stewart made a candelabra. Guess the color. Oh, no. Is it pink? Is it a pink candelabra? That would be my guess. My imitation of that one SpongeBob song through text, I am not even gonna try to do that. Absolutely not gonna happen. Hot pink, yup! The most disgusting candelabra to probably ever exist on this planet. That's what it is. That is what it is. How do we feel about a backrooms pool room vibe? Ooh. I'm kind of down for that, Theta. I could see pool room vibe. I could definitely, because it's a little bit classier, it's a little bit loungier. Just kind of like if you threw a bunch of water on it and got it covered in mold. I think that would be the energy. Although, I will say, I like the idea that the inside of the lighthouse is maybe, like, pristine and untouchable. Hey, thank you for following hello, the real OJ. What's up? How are you? Thanks for following. We're talking about a couple different things. Apparently, Martha Stewart made a hot pink candelabra. And we're also talking about the possible look for our lighthouse in our next TTRPG campaign. We're talking about how they're gonna make fun of me with SpongeBob, which is not allowed. No SpongeBob. I have an entire Cthulhu collection. That book is gonna be my final edition. That book alone is worth like 1/3 of my current collection, which is 146 British pounds. Bruh. You are a collector, all right, if you're doing that kind of jazz. That is crazy. I support you because, yes, get the Horror Cthulhu book all day, every day, but that's crazy, bro. Functionally infinite black and white tiled space. Ooh, yeah, that'd be cool if you go, like, into it and you think it's gonna be a tiny little space, but instead it's just, like, black and white, and it goes on and on and on. That's very Backrooms. That is very Backrooms. I like that. I like that, Theta. TJ Maxx has an octopi nightshirt? And a nightshirt. Why would they put it on a nightshirt? Is it like, do y'all remember the blue octopus? Who's the blue octopus? Oh, hold on. Who's the blue octopus? Blue octopus. Oswald. Oh, it's Oswald. Okay. Boy, Oswald the name sure shows up a lot in my life. Yeah, it's Oswald. Yeah. So, like, is the octopus on the nightshirt supposed to be like child-friendly, blue Oswald style octopus, like cartoon energy or something? Or what are the vibes with that? Because I feel like that's a little weird. It's an adult? That's weird, because, like, I don't know. I feel like I would just want it as a regular shirt. I don't particularly who the fuck is Oswald? I zoned out. Seven, did you never watch the Oswald cartoon as a kid? He's a blue octopus. It's very squid-like. Oh, interesting. I would just want it as a t-shirt. I wouldn't wear it as, like, a nightshirt. I just wear normal t-shirts to bed, so, like, I don't know. That's built up over 2 years, and now my Warhammer expenses caught up in 1 month? Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy, Alex. That's too much. That's way too much. I hope you keep those in pristine condition. Never heard of it. Might have, but don't remember. Let me look at it. Yeah, look it up. It's not necessarily a show that everyone watched. I honestly didn't even watch a lot of it. I just remember seeing commercials and stuff. I remember it from commercials because it's like PBS kid territory. Which reminds me that one of these days we gotta bust out the PBS Kids Cyber Chase game because I still cannot beat, to this day as an adult, I still cannot beat the PBS Cyber Chase game. And I think it'd be hysterical to try and play it and be like, I can't figure out the 6-year-old's game. I don't know, man. I just haven't been able to do it. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. It just doesn't like me. I like it. I love Cyber Chase. Cyber Chase was like my favorite shit growing up. But, I don't know, man. Bro, FB Marketplace has a lighthouse mirror that looks like it's been in an attic for years. It could be what they were when they outside the place. Okay, I think I understand what you're saying. We can't do mirrors. Because mirrors are going to reflect cameras back at you. So we can't do mirrors. I understand what you're saying, I think. But nothing that's reflective like that is going to work on a camera. Unfortunately, unless I'm doing purposefully video shots, it's not going to work. But I appreciate the looking. Because I hate to look for decorations and shit. I like to go through stores. But I don't like to go through all that kind of jazz. In my collection, I have a Cthulhu mug, 3 collectible coins, 1 deluxe box art box with 2 art card decks, 1 bronze plate gold foil tarot card, 1 book which is every Lovecraft story ever, and 2 tiny plushies of, it left me, of Hastur and Cthulhu, like 7 to 9 Lovecraftian video games, and 2 dice sets. Damn! Damn, you are a collector. Ain't nobody beating that. Holy shit, dude. Also, hell yeah to the dice set. We love dice goblins. I've never seen that man in my life. Okay, Seb, but it was not a show you grew up watching. That is fine. It's not one of those ones where I'm like, you have to have seen this. Cyber Chase, I'm like, if you didn't watch Cyber Chase, you're not a real boy. You're not an educated lad, because Cyber Chase was the shit. Gays equal bad at math. Accurate. Accurate. Fogged mirrors? The mirror I don't think can be a mirror no more if you catch how dirty it is. Well, don't buy a mirror that is so dirty it can't be a mirror. If that's the case, if we were going to do something like that, I would just do what Gal said and I would fog it myself. Must go to fair. Bye. Have fun, 7. Enjoy the fair. Oh, have fair fries and funnel cake. Those are my favorite. Goodbye. Oh, I miss them too. They got wall stickers that look like windows. Yeah. Yeah, so wall stickers I'm not opposed to. Wall stickers I could see if we can get them looking weird enough. Or if they're like grungy, or if they're underwater themed and they're not like brightly colored, I'd be down for that. I wouldn't do the ones that look like windows because we're underwater. So unless you're looking out the window and you're seeing fish, not super helpful. Cybertrace is the best. That is a fact indeed. These are facts. This is true. Also, Gal, I'm sorry, it's been approximately 28 minutes, and I don't believe I've heard a single word about the D&D session. What do you think you're doing? You owe me a report on how your D&D session went. I'm expecting a full report. You better give it to me before class is over. Come on now, start from the beginning. I'm being nice and waiting. What do you think I do here? What exactly do you think I do for my streams? All I do is hop on here so y'all will talk to me. I don't have friends, so you are supposed to do this and speak with me. So I want you to rant in my chat. And I want every detail. Do not skimp. Do not skimp. Every detail. I'm not even joking. The only thing I got from TK was her character. She didn't even tell me anything else she did. Honestly, I might send some of the art cards. Actually, I'm going to ask a question. I asked my streamer friends about them. Let me grab the deck real quick. Go for it, Alex. Go for it. I'm being nice and waiting. Oh, Alex was talking about their D&D campaign, so I didn't want to overshadow. That's fair, Gal. That's fair. But I think we can talk about both at once if you want. But if you want to wait, you can wait. You have 2.5 more hours. So if you want to wait, you are welcome to wait. And you want to wait until the conversation dies down, go for it. I support you. I support you. I appreciate you was the word I was looking for. So whatever is more comfortable to you. I'm a yap. Go for it. We love a yapper in this house. Pirate ship. It's true. Yeah, I don't have friends. These are my friends. Pirate ship. Yeah, I want to do a pirate ship in a bottle. If we find okay, either two things. Either a pirate ship and an empty clear glass bottle, because you and I talked about putting, secrets, like rolled up secrets inside of the bottles. So, either keep one of the glass bottles you bought empty, or we'll just fill it with sand. Like, yeah, let's do that. So, one of the glass bottles you bought, keep it empty, and we'll fill it with things that aren't liquid, so I can hide a secret in it, like a message. And then, pirate ships, especially like weird-looking, grungy pirate ships, absolutely can add that to the set list. Pick a number between 1 and 39. Oh, so many numbers are flashing through my head. 28. 28. 28. Hey, good evening, Kimberly. How are you, my friend? We're talking about D&D campaigns. We're talking about what to put in the background of our season 2 that deals with ocean, like octopus and pirate ships and bottles, etc. We're also just chatting about how was your weekend and what are fun things you did. Thank you, I appreciate that. I only have like 4 shirts. This is one of the 4. We love our Bone Daddy. We love our Jack Skellington. I definitely can't sing that song from heart. No, I don't know. I like to preface this with I was terrified to do this, and antique stores have a ton of really cool stuff you could find to decorate. Yes, good idea, good idea. Bro, you put a secret in there and it ain't coming out? Wait, it ain't coming out unless you tie it to a string? Smart. Actually, we are going to tie the secret to a string because that's we're going to have to do it like a tampon because that's a good point, actually. Did I tell you about the crazy time travel shenanigans from Tuesday? Yes, you did. Yes, you told me about time travel shenanigans, and it was fire. I love it. You told me about that, Jazz. Yep. Am I back over here? Yes. Antique shops are expensive. That's fair. You gotta go, like, thrifting shit. It's Jack Skellington. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. He's my king. And because I am dead, I can take off my head to recite Shakespearean quotation. No animal, no man can scream like I can with the fury of my recitations. Fucking love this king, man. If we ever do a karaoke stream, y'all know I'm gonna be singing his shit. You got a flying polyp. I'll send that card to the Discord. Although IDK, which channel? You can pop it in casual. I'm not that picky about it. The other channels are more in case you get on long conversations. So feel free to pop it in casual. I'd love to see what he looks like. I'd like to preface my yapping with what my brother was talking with that. My brother was talking mad shit about how he was going to cause chaos. So I plan to destroy him from the inside out. God tier. God tier. You have to. If they're talking shit and you're the GM, you gotta show them who's boss. This is bad advice. Please nobody clip me saying this. Or do. You can clip that. I don't give a shit. But if they come into your game talking shit, you better fuck them up in combat. That's all I gotta say. Oh, I'm glad your weekend was good, Kimberly. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. The card was sent. Fire. Fire. Let me see it. Hold on. Let me pop into our Discord server. You're popular? Not really, Kimberly. We just haven't chatted in a while, and I love talking to people live. So everybody's in tonight talking about their campaigns, and everybody had like a D&D campaign over the weekend. So we're hearing a lot about it. Some of our regulars are here. We get a lot of people through Twitch, which I love to talk to. She got sick and canceled on us. Yeah, so I canceled on Wednesday last week, which is a normal talking stream. So this has been our talking stream of the week, which has been a while. Which we'll have Wednesday this week as well. So she sent the sickness my way. Yes, I did. I almost killed my sister. She was in the ER today. I sent the sickness straight to her. I get a call that was like, so guess where I spent my day? I was like, where? She goes, in the ER. And I was like, that sucks. That's sibling energy. What can I say? What can I say? This card is fire. Wait, I love him. He's just like a giant maggot with a bunch of eyeballs and mouths and tongues. That's fire. Oh, I'm so glad I picked that. He's like a maggot, and we can pretend he's like my big finger coming out to like attack people. I love that. That's fire. Saw Inside Out 2? Ooh, was it good? Kimberly, was it good? I've heard that people are going to see it, and I heard that it came out, and I haven't heard any reviews yet on whether or not it's good, but it looks really cute, and the first movie's good, so I wanted to go see it. I'm just not sure if it's the energy, did it do it bad, like, how did it go? I get no sympathy. No, you don't. Serves you right. Yeah, that's true, Get no sympathy whatsoever. Oh, okay. D&D campaign time. I'm excited. The party started in front of a king who begged them to go to the next kingdom to retrieve the renowned healer to save his dying wife. he was going to pay them handsomely for this. They would have to go through the deep woods to get to the kingdom. Okay. I'm already oh my god, the hiccups already. I'm already invested. I love this story. Tell me the tale. Tell me it. This hair be wild today. I look like a spinster. You know what I had a kid tell me once? Okay, y'all ever seen those TikTok videos of the teachers who are posting a TikTok and they're like, it's a video and they can't show the kid on camera, so it's a video of them, but they go, hey, what'd you just say to me? And the kid's like, what? And they're like, what did you just say? Can you repeat that for me? And the kid goes like, yeah, you ain't got no riz. You look like a corpse, Mr. Johnson. And like it's some like crazy insult that is wild to be saying. And it's like these young teachers that are like, I can't believe this child just dissed me like that. You want to know? I never worked with kids, but unfortunately, there was a time when kids were in the place that I worked a lot. We won't go there. But when they were around all the time, I'm very friendly, I'm very loud, I'm very childish in nature. So they would talk to me. I had one say to me, straight up, like a 14, 15-year-old looked at me, because I was talking in his group with something. And he goes, you know, you look like one of them fantasy teen fiction writers. And I literally sat there, I was like, he said that? I'm not joking. I went silent. I swear to God, my whole face went. And he immediately was like, well, that's not a bad thing. I was like, no. You're right. I hate that you're right. And that was the craziest insult I've ever received in my life. You look like a teen fantasy fiction writer. I was like, I think the exact words he used was, you look like a YA author. I was like, oh my God, that's disgusting. How dare you do that to me? I'll also send the box and bronze plate gold foil cards. Ooh, do it. I want to see the pictures. Beetlejuice movie looks good. Yes. Oh my God. I know the feeling, Rachel. Oh my God, Kimberly. Oh my God. Kids can have some crazy disses sometimes. It is wild the shit they say. I'm like, excuse me? But Kimberly, I'm so excited for the Beetlejuice movie. So I recently saw Deadpool and Wolverine, which, if you have any doubts, see it. It's amazing. It's brilliant. I loved it so much. It's like my favorite movie of the year. But I'm excited for the new Beetlejuice movie because my sister likes Beetlejuice the musical. And I have seen the original Beetlejuice movie, so I want to go with her to see the second Beetlejuice 2 movie because she's not going to have seen the first movie. She's only going to know the musical. So it's going to be funny watching the second movie where I'm like, yes, Beetlejuice. And she's going, what the hell? Because the movies and the musical are so very different, but I'm very, very excited for it. Like, oh, it looks so good. On the way out, they were given a letter by a guard to give to his friend and noticed that the guard had a strange-looking tattoo. They went to the shop and tried and semi-failed to get lower prices, God tier, and then they found her. The Hag. Do you mean the Hag that I was supposed to play? Because I love her. I love the character you created with all the cats. I love her so much. The Hag would give tips and tricks if they give her bread. Oh my God, it is me. Oh my God, I love bread. I would do anything for bread. Literally not even a joke. I would do anything for bread. She would normally cackle and scream nonsense. Yup. And once she ate, the switch was flipped and she would say a tidbit. She also wanted a cat. We have 2 cat people in our stream. She told them to stick to the path. I adore this. Oh my God. I love this. Oh, Alex, those are gorgeous. Wait, those gold cards are so pretty. Oh, I love the Fool. That's God tier. We love a Fool. Those are really, really pretty. I like those a lot. Yeah, you are definitely a collector, because those are gorgeous. Damn. Oh, still D&D? Okay, now I want to say, I thought they were going to be stupid and stray from the path due to the shade my brother was throwing. And they surprisingly stayed on the path, so they didn't get hurt like I wanted. Pain. Oh my god, that's so funny. That is so funny. When you have a plan and you're like, alright, these fuckers, I know what they're gonna do, so I'm gonna make them pay for it. I'm gonna make them take so much damage. I'm gonna make them take so much pain. And then they don't do it, or they roll really well, and you're like, that was supposed to be hard. That combat was supposed to be difficult. You were supposed to be upset and take damage. Why you deprive me of my fun? Why you do that? Oh, I feel that energy. That's hysterical. I mean, did you form it as a one-shot? Because that might be why they stuck to the path. Because they were like, you know what, we only have so much time. It's a one-shot. Let's make sure we get things done. Because I could see that. I could see that. I played a very fun free game yesterday. Okay. It's called Warhammer 40k Speed Freaks. Alright, hold on. Let me look this up. Warhammer 40k Speed Freaks. Interesting. Oh, vehicles, but with combat. Interesting. Okay, alright, I'm interested. Think a vehicle combat game with 2 modes. So I literally could have just read the next sentence. Don't you love it when you're a dumbass? I literally could have just kept reading your paragraph, but no, I had to pause and Google it. Lord, that's my generation. Okay. One is to capture a point and ends in a death race. The other spawns bombs, which you have to collect and then charge the enemy stompa. Orc mechas made of scrap metal and guns. Damn, that's cool. They said, what if we were a racing game, but also you could kill people with mechas? And you know, more power to them. If that's your energy and that's your vibe, I support you. Okay, D&D town. So they had to camp out and decide to stay in a cave. The walls were covered with vines that would hurt them. I hurt my brother with this. Yippee! I love that. I did, but they want to keep going, so now fuck it, we ball. Oh! Wait, no way! Gal, that is the best option. That is outcome, that's what I was looking for. That is the best outcome. To run a one-shot and have all your players go, no bitch, now it's a campaign. Oh my god, dude. That's amazing! Oh my gosh. I know you said there'd be more in the future. I assumed they were new one-shots. That is fire. Oh, I love that. Well, now there's officially a rule. Every stream, after you guys have played a session, you better be in my fucking chat telling me how it went. Because I want to spend 3 hours talking about this. These are the rules. I hope you have 3 hours more worth of content to message me because I'm expecting it. And that's just for tonight. I've been coaching a kid on running RPGs and he killed it last time. I was so proud. Kingslayer, hello. Welcome. Also, oh my god, tell me about it. Please. Wait, you were coaching somebody. Do you do that as like a thing? Like, do you run RPG camps? Do you run a D&D group for kids? Like, how did that come about? And what did he run? Like, did he get like a one-shot basic that he ran? I want to hear about it. Tell me. No, bitch, we continuing on Sunday? Gal, every Monday now you're going to have to come in here and tell me about your D&D campaign. 3 hours worth of time. You gotta. It's required. You have a tank that launches guidable rockets. The reason why you can guide them is because there's a grot or a goblin riding the rocket like a rodeo show. That's hysterical. He's like, giddy up, little rocket. I love that. Oh my god. Now I got a plan. Yes, you do. You and me both. Now that episode 3 for our campaign of season 1 is out and released, all I'm doing for like the every day I have off is writing season 2. Because I'm a big planner. We do improv at the table, but we improv moments. I don't improv story. That's not how shit works for me. So I have to write everything out. So this is going to be fun. I've not been watching any of your streams. I'm so sorry. This one I will watch. You're totally okay. Remember, you never have to be here. It's okay. We love you being here, and I'm glad to see you tonight. Hello. I hope you've been having some good days. What's been going on? Tell me about it. I'm interested. But don't ever feel like you gotta be here. Don't worry. We know you're here in spirit. You can still join and sit in if you wanna. I would, but genuinely, I literally spend all of my off days writing season 2. I would. I genuinely would, but I would not be able to focus because I'd be like, and then I'd be like doing things in the corner. You know what I mean? But I want to hear about them because I really like hearing about them, and I kind of like being like, consider me the person who, if you ever had like a special interest and you want to just ramble and ramble and ramble and ramble and ramble to one of your friends, but you know your friend doesn't care, and your friend is just kind of going, uh-huh, yep, uh-huh, and they're not actually listening, consider me the bitch that cares. I'm the bitch that listens. I want you every day in my chat rambling to me. I love it. That is my sustenance. When the new Five Nights at Freddy's came out, it was one of the best nights because it was Seven and talking to me, and it was great, and I loved both of y'all. I'm volunteering for a local RPG club. They play Savage Worlds, and he ran a Fallout game. Damn, okay. Fallout is wild to be a first game to run, but okay. As part of a campaign. He improv'd the whole thing, and it was so fun to play it. You played in it? Wait, he had to feel so happy that you played in a game that he was running. Kingslayer, that's so sweet. Oh my god. Well, I would tell you to tell him that I think he's awesome, and I hope he runs more games and he sticks with it because he's amazing, but he's a minor, and we don't... I'm gonna rephrase what I was about to say. Nope, can't say that either. What the fuck? I don't know what to say besides we would not want him in this community anyways because he's a minor. But nonetheless, I'm proud of you and this kid for really getting into RPGs and for helping someone like foster that creativity and that drive. That is amazing. I'm so happy about that. I've been sitting in my bed all day watching Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is so good. I enjoy Demon Slayer. It's not my favorite thing on the planet, but it has moments that really, really hit. It has characters that I absolutely want to kill because I hate them with every fiber of my being. But it has moments that really, really hit. And it has certain characters that really, really hit. So I feel that, MM. And eating food, I feel that. Demon Slayer is good. Having 7-Up cherry. Okay, Kimberly. I did not know that they made a cherry version of 7-Up. I know they do it of a lot of other stuff like Diet Coke and stuff, but I thought they only made cherry of like... No, you know what? Maybe I have seen it. Because 7-Up is very like lime lemon. Maybe I've seen a cherry. That's interesting to me to make a lighter colored like pop cherry flavored because I feel like they usually only make the darker pops that color. I don't know. I mean, I don't like cherry to begin with, but I imagine if you're drinking it, it probably tastes good to some extent. We were looking for a doctor who could help another player revive their dog. Oh, wow. Kingslayer, that's an interesting plot. Was there combat and stuff? Or was it just kind of like going on a mission? Was it a mystery? I've not played the Fallout one, so I'm not entirely sure what the differences are, but I would love to hear about it. Lydia Dietz is popular? Oh yeah. I'm not surprised. I don't know the name, but I trust you and I believe you. I don't think I know the name. I know Lydia, but I think I'm just thinking of Beetlejuice. Yeah, that is the character from Beetlejuice. Okay. I know the girl who plays her. She was on Disney Channel. She also plays Wednesday. Okay, D&D time. The cave walls are covered in these weird symbols, and looking at them, they reflect the odd tattoo that the guard had. They were frantically scrabbled on the wall. It turns out the symbol was actually abyssal characters M and F combined. Interesting. When the players were giving the hag bread like she deserved, hell yeah, she deserves bread, she would talk about the mother, that they needed to bring the family back together. Yup, that's 7 and you shit with the mother and the father and combining them. I love that. That's creepy and weird and I love it. I literally drove in my car 2 hours today. Damn, MM. That's wild. I don't know where you went, but I hope it was fun. That doctor was me and I was insane. Oh no. Oh, you played an insane doctor. Wait, that's so funny. Wait, okay. So, I have to ask the question then. If you were an insane doctor and they were looking for you in order to revive somebody's dog, did you revive the dog? Or were you like crazy and ended up being the villain and needed to be defeated? Because that's what I'd be interested in, is like, did you revive the dog? Is the dog happy? We would like the dog to be happy. By the way, I'm so confused at my DM for the whole adult Remoraz thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not super familiar with, like, creatures and stuff. But I'm pretty sure that is not one that you throw at players that are that low in level. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure, like, you throw basic things like goblins and shit. But I don't know. I'm not experienced enough with D&D to know if you should be throwing those things out or not. But I assume not if your character was dying in one hit. You know what I mean? Anyway, D&D stuff, okay. As they looked throughout the cave, they saw some markings under the fire they made. And almost all of the party tried to look at it. Not thinking to, put out the fire. But instead squinting and taking damage because they were sticking their faces in it. They probably went to bed when a character's beard caught on fire. That's hysterical. That is also peak D&D party. That is literally exactly how players act. It's just brain gets turned off and they just do things. And I love that because that's what I would do too. I would probably stick my hand in it. Like, I love that shit. Season 2 of Wednesday, early 2025. I saw it on Netflix. Ooh, that's exciting. I really liked Wednesday. I really enjoyed that show. I thought it was fun. It gave me, like, very young teen supernatural style of show. I got hair in my face. Okay. And I enjoyed it. I liked the little bit of mystery. I liked the spooky vibes. The special effects were good. I have to look out for that one because I'll be excited for season 2. No, I revived their dog because it was such a fascinating specimen. Oh, no. Not a fascinating specimen. Hey, thank you, Fox Daddy, for gifting a subscription to Alex. Hello, Fox Daddy. How are you, my friend? What have you been doing? What are your activities? Tell me about your life. We love you. Thank you for gifting that. That's so appreciative. Thank you. Also, Kingslayer, reviving their dog and then considering it a fascinating specimen is terrifying. I bet you played such a good, like, villainish character for these kids. Like, they were probably so happy. And it's good that you played it too because then you know, like, how much to give and how much to hold back and what type of thing to do. So that's amazing, dude. I'm so happy for you. It was not fun. Oh, Emma, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry it was not fun. That sucks. Afraid I won't be in chat long. Haven't been feeling well. That's okay. I'm sending you so much good energy. I'm sending it your way. You're gonna feel better. You're gonna rest up. You're gonna eat food. You're gonna drink water. You're gonna heal. And you're gonna feel better. Okay? Good energy. Your direction, okay? We love you, we support you, and we want you to feel better. Okay? So you go whenever you gotta go. Thank you for stopping in. D&D. So when they woke up, they found out 2 things. 1, someone, TK, love that, found that someone was watching them throughout the whole night. Oh, that's terrifying. That is such a good thing to do to your players because it makes everybody at the table go, dun dun. That is such a good thing to, even if you never bring back the NPC that's watching them, It is such a good thing. Even if there is no NPC watching them, it is so much fun to put them on the edge and be like, somebody's watching you. Like, that's God tier. And 2, a notebook that had ramblings of a family, a mother, a father. But it was in 3 different languages, and no one knew all of them. Interesting. Interesting. I love that. Spooky, 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 spooky. I love that you're taking spooky vibes and putting them into, like, D&D style campaign. That's cool. That's cool. And I know a bit of your lore. I don't know that I know all of it. No, you told me all of it, I think, unless you changed any of it from the last time you told me in chat. But that's really good lead up right there. You have a good way of, like, putting out clues and letting them sort of find things and try and figure it out themselves. Here are the stats for adult Remoraz. Strength 24 plus 7, Dexterity 13 plus 1, Con 21 plus 5, Intelligence 4 minus 1, Wisdom 10 plus 0, and Charisma 5 minus 3. And it's immune to ice and fire. Yo, Alex, that is crazy for your GM to throw at you. Unless your GM specifically wanted all of you to die, which I guess that that's what they wanted, but, like, I don't know if I would have fun getting that thrown at me. Hey, Legendary Ghosty, hello. How have you been? We were talking about different D&D campaigns people are playing. We were talking about cool activities. If you did something fun over the past couple weeks, cool activities, tell me about it. I want to hear cool things that you've done or been to or been a part of. Let me know. I hope you're doing well. Champagne indeed. And it has a plus 11 to hit on its bite attack. Yeah, Alex, that's crazy. That is crazy. And I'm sure I would make those mistakes whenever I probably will. Whenever I eventually GM D&D, I will make crazy ass mistakes like that. At least they didn't make your character die, because I would be upset if I fought against that, couldn't win, and then my character dies. Oh, I'd be mad. D&D Convo, they picked the safe sleeping option. If they didn't, they'd have to fight a banshee who'd give them more lore. But no, they wanted a good night's sleep, I guess. God tier. They were like, actually, we want a long rest. We know what you're trying to do, and we will not let you take from us our long rest. Okay? Okay. All right? Okay. Does your DM want you to run away? That's a possibility, too. Kingslayer has a good point. Maybe the GM was expecting you guys to like, see it and realize you couldn't win and run away from it, and you just didn't get the chance because, you know, like, something bad happened and it attacked you guys before you could get out of there. To be frank, I got a nat 1 on perception when entering the room. Yeah, so that might have been what happened then. That might have been what happened is they had a plan for it, and it immediately snatched me up. Yep. So they might have had a plan for it, and it didn't go that way because of the dice. Okay, yeah, you know, we gotta try and see it from their perspective. Because, you know, and it's okay. You know what? The thing is, right? Even if it was a mistake, even if they didn't realize they shouldn't have had that as the enemy, that's okay. Because you're allowed to make mistakes. Because guess what? It's a game. If something happens that people don't want to happen, you just go, alright guys, we're gonna pretend that didn't happen. We're gonna go back to this point in the campaign, and I think I got a new monster we can fight. That's all you gotta do, right? That's all you gotta do. You don't have to stick with what happens, alright? This is not, you know, written in stone and that kind of jazz. When attacking, my character could one-shot things if I rolled a d20. That's a fabulous mechanic, Ghosty. That is a great mechanic. I love mechanics that are luck-based. I don't like to play them because I have the shittiest luck you will ever meet in your life. Rolling dice does not work for me. Ever. Rolling dice does not work. Of any kind, whether I'm physically rolling or digitally rolling, and it hates me. Furtively hates me. And that's fine. It's okay. It's allowed to do that. But I love having other people play luck-based mechanics because it's so much fun. Like, the concept that you could one-shot a crazy-ass villain. Ugh, that's so much fun. They did have a plan. It was protecting the weapon needed to open the giant store, and it was on the actual map. Okay. So yeah, it was probably just a plan gone a little awry then, rather than something where they're like, uh-oh, you know, that type of energy. That's not too bad then. That's not too bad, because your next session should go well. Okay, D&D. They got to the kingdom where on the front it looks like a prosperous and more upscale town. They noticed that on the outskirts and in the alleys, people are dying. There are sick people, people with undressed wounds, just suffering. It seemed that if you were sick or hurt, you were an outcast. Oh, yep. Yep. Immediately you enter that town and you're like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is bad energy right here. All the people dying on the streets like it's the Black Plague. Yup. Speaking of which, y'all know how much I love pestilence and plague. One of these days, I'm doing a campaign with it. The problem is I want to be a player, not the GM for a campaign. I mean, I could be a GM for a campaign of pestilence and plague, but I have a pestilence boy, and I really want to play him. Anyways, not part of this conversation, but still. I one-shot you in Secret Hitler. Does that count? You know, I wish it didn't. I wish that you didn't have the uncanny ability to go, Rachel's Hitler, and then immediately be correct and win the fucking game. I swear to God. But it happens. It happens. It happens. That's why I have to be careful when I play Secret Hitler and when I play Werewolf and all this shit, because people have the uncanny ability to just go, it's you. And I'm like, what would you pay? Like, come on. They find the tavern with help from the hag because she's everywhere all the time. All of the time. What is that? Isn't that a what's-his-face song? Oh, no. Oh, no. What's his name? A little bit of everything all of the time. Is that a Bo Burnham song or something? I think so. The Dungeon Master later on said if I roll a d20 from that point on, I could one-shot things if I gave him a gold per time I got d20. That is a fair trade. That is a super fair trade, Ghosty. Hi, loved watching you play Candela the other day. Can't remember the channel at the moment. Hello, Friendship Plays. Welcome. Did you by chance see me on Twisted Fates? Their Candela campaign's been going for a couple of Thursdays. That's the one I was on last Thursday. If so, hello, welcome. Feel free to chat with us. We're actually talking about D&D and Candela and campaigns now. I would love to know how your day went, things like that, etc. If that's the case with Plague, you could probably homebrew Nurgle as a god in the sessions. Yo, Pestilence and Plague! Alex, I'm gonna look into that because I think that'd be really cool. And yes, Kingslayer, I love Pestilence and Plague. Brain! I send the Pestilence and Plague into your house, into your streets, into your... Nothing left to eat. I send the swarm. I send the horde. Thus said the Lord. That's what that reminds me of, is the Pestilence and Plague. But yeah, I love Plague, which sounds really bad, but I love Plague as a concept for playing games. Welcome to the internet by Bo Burnham. Thank you. I think so with Rosie. Yes, Friendship. So, yes, that's the exact game. That's the one I was in. I'm so glad you're coming over to say hi from that. I really, really love playing over there. Rosie is so sweet and fabulous. I want a chance to play Candela. Oh my god, Friendship, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. If you get the chance, please take it. If you have any questions, let me know. Or if you want to talk about anything, go for it. Okay, I see. Yeah, I don't mind. Go for it. Okay. Oh, I gotta scroll up. Hold on. A little bit of everything, yes. Into your streets, upon your cattle, upon your sheep. Yep. Gal was talking about their D&D campaign. They find Cosmos, the tavern owner. They deliver the letter. If they opened it, they would have got more lore, but no, they were polite. And they're offered drinks, but when they drink it, all their wounds are healed. Ooh, I love that. Google Nurgle from Warhammer and you'll see what I mean. Okay, I can do that. Prince of Egypt. Yes, we love the plagues. Thank you, Theta. Thank you. Prince of Egypt is god tier. I'll keep Nurgle in mind then for running a campaign like that. And then I think I'm back to up to date. My local game store became a Critical Role partner just because I wanted to get Candela. Friendship, that's amazing. Oh my gosh, I hope you are able to get it and you're able to play, any like Critical Role Darrington Press stores that sell it are amazing. It is so worth it. Genuinely, we love it here. We run our own campaign, right? So I love it, and I love talking about it. We love talking about TTRPGs here. I said, yeah, Ghosty, yeah. I got you. I know you posted it in twice. It's because my auto mod did not like that. I'd kill to run a zombie infection style game and pit players against each other. Kingslayer! I would love to play in a game. That is such a cool concept. To be in like a zombie style. I don't know. They do have a Walking Dead TTRPG. I don't know if that's how it's played or if you fight zombies in it, but they do have The Walking Dead as like a TTRPG. But I think that's such a cool concept to be like a survival sort of zombie horde style game. And you have to have like a roster of characters that you're willing to play because it's like a one bite kill type of scenario. Like if you take a mark that would kill you in real life, your character's dead. And then so you have a roster of characters. I think that'd be fun as hell. I have the core rulebook, just need to find a chance to play. Oh, got you. Okay. So, friendship, if you have the core rulebook, what is like something from it that you really like? Like what's an aspect of it that maybe you weren't expecting or you were expecting, but you're really like, this is my jam. This is like something I want to get into. Like if you had the chance to play, do you have a character you would create? What's your idea? What's your thought process? Because I want to know. Like with Nurgle, his powerful demons are called Great Unclean Ones. Ooh, that's very Plague. That is very Plague-filled. I love it. I should not say I love the Plague, but I love the Plague, and you can clip that shit. Oh my god, I would love to play with that. Dude, Critical Role seems so fun, but I can't watch it because it makes me insecure about my DMing. No. Okay, listen. Here's what I'll say. I understand the imposter syndrome and I understand feeling insecure, and you are totally valid for that, and anyone who feels that way is valid. However, there is no such thing as like a perfect DM or, you know, like super, like this person's better than this person. Not how that works. It's only what style do you prefer, right? Like if we talk about things from Critical Role, I enjoyed Spencer Stark's campaign, season 2 of Candela Obscura. His GMing is shit I loved. I thought it was fire, and I think I really liked the way that the players played. All of that was like my energy. Whereas somebody else's GMing style is really, really good and just as excellent. It's just not my preference, right? So it's not about who's good or who's bad or they're better and you're not. It's about preference and leaning into your style, right? I've had this conversation with other players before as well, where if you want to, like let's say you see somebody that you really look up to, whether it's a player, whether it's a GM, whether it's whatever, and there's something about them that feels like you really wish you could do that. You really like what they do and you admire that. And you're like, damn, I wish I could do that. Figure out what the specific thing is. Do you like the fact, like if it's a player, do you like the fact that they can really speak in first person and be in these emotional moments and you struggle with that? Do you like the fact that they're very descriptive and they know how to paint a whole picture and you struggle with that? Do you like how they can think on their feet, right? Whether it's a GM or a player, for all of these things. Figure out what the thing is that you really, really like that they can do and you feel like you struggle with. Focus on improving that thing in particular. Focus on being like, okay, for this session, I'm really gonna like, maybe even pre-write, right? I'm really gonna focus on making sure I describe things in detail. I'm really gonna focus on trying to take a deep breath and get into the emotional moment. Do that for a couple of sessions. And once you start incorporating little bits and pieces of a specific thing, you'll start to notice, hey, not only do I feel more confident in doing this, but I actually think I'm okay. Like, I actually think I'm good at this part of it. And so it's about finding little things that you want to improve on and taking those instead of just looking at a whole big picture and going, man, I wish I was that. right? You got to take bits and pieces. Because other people, you'll be excellent at something that someone else wishes they could do. And I know I'm going on a little bit of a tangent, so I'm sorry to anybody who's talking. I'm going to get to it in a second. There's something that I will say, and I know how frustrating it can be to have someone try and tell you, no, you're amazing. Like, don't worry about it. Like, you're so good. Don't even think like that. Because sometimes you are saying, like, hey, this person's really good and I wish I could do that, and that makes me a little insecure. But you don't, the reason you're saying that is not to get the, no, you're amazing response. It's like, thank you, I appreciate you, but that's not my point. I am trying to acknowledge that there's something I don't think I'm good at and I want to improve, and all of you coddling me is not helpful, right? I'm trying to vent that I'm trying to learn this thing. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, don't worry about it, you're the best of the best. If there's something you want to improve on, just try and pick something specific so that it doesn't feel unattainable, And you might not need this advice, and I might have just spit out this whole tangent and you don't need it, and that's okay. And I'm sorry if that's the case and you just wanted to, talk about Critical Role. But what I do is talk. So one thing I do a little too well as detriment is talk. But okay, let me see what people are saying. Hold on. Okay. Gal was talking about their D&D story. Gal, I'm going to come back to you because you've got a long one. Alex was telling me about the Nurgle. Nurgle is a cauldron that he uses to make every pox, plague, and disease to ever exist. And one time, one of his Nurglings fell into the pot and accidentally drank the whole cauldron. Nurgle was proud because he got stronger and accepted his gift. He sees diseases as gifts, and it's called Papa Nurgle. That's amazing. But the Nurgling, despite being one of the most powerful ones, wants to make it up to his father. Ooh, that's a great concept, Alex. Rachel's style is why I cannot be a player in her campaign. That's correct. I've told my sister multiple times she's not allowed to be a player in my campaign because we go I push. We do really intense horror and really intense tragedy to the point where even when I advertise our seasons, I'm like, hey, it may not be something you want to watch or listen to because I'm a describer. Like, I will describe things breaking and bursting and exploding, and I will expect you to be in the moment with me. And if you're not there, you can't play with me. But that's not everybody's thing, right? I would never expect somebody to join that when not being their thing. Okay. And then friendship, you were telling me about your idea for Candela. Let me see. I actually thought it would be cool to do a spin-off of Tales of the Crypt Keeper. I like that. From when I was a kid, but I have Tales from the Light Keeper. That's so cool. That is so cool. I love that idea. I enjoy psychological horror, but not physical horror. Got you. I'd want to get into a story with that type of horror. Something that just gives you goosebumps to think about. I love the method of pulling in different senses into the description. Yeah! Oh, friendship. That is such a cool concept. I would love to see you work or play or do whatever in a concept that is like psychological, creepy to think about. That would be really cool. Oh my gosh. I would love that. I'm down for that. That's fire. I think if you ever get to play that or you ever get to GM it or whatever, let me know because I want to hear about how it goes. I really like that. Okay, gal. You have been telling me about your campaign. Let me see. Here we go. Cosmos tells them that all healers, herbology, apothecaries are banned because the healer, the guy they have to find, betrayed the king and was the reason the king died. As Cosmos is saying this, the captain of the guard walks in, pissed, and orders a drink. Cosmos gives a little nudge to the party to talk to him because he knows where the healer would be. Got it. In the kingdom they're in, humans are considered lesser, being the most outgoing, friendly player in the party is human. Valid. We love that. That's going to create drama. The one person in the party walks up to the captain, tries to talk to him, and he says, "Where's your master?" Oh, no. Oh, no. Hi, Andy. Welcome. We're talking about people's D&D campaigns and TTRPGs in general. If you have a story you want to tell, if you play the games, feel free to give it to us. We love to hear it. And this human is stupid. He doesn't know how to shut up. The more he talked, the less cooperative the captain became, and they had their first fight. I love that. Let's go. Was he hard to beat? That's my question. Great advice. I struggled with confidence in combat and just not enjoying it, but my players were so supportive and helped me create combat now. There you go, friendship, right? It's all about finding something that is specific to you, that you're like, oh, this is not my jam, and then how letting other people help you and encourage you and build those skills. That is amazing. Oh, friendship, I'm so glad you're like, maybe good isn't the right word, but I'm glad that you are confident now in like creating combats. I'm terrified. I do want to run games other than Candela, but Candela doesn't have combat. So I am terrified when I try to run a game. Whenever it will be, it'll happen someday. I'm genuinely scared of how to build combats. Like, I have no idea how to do it. I don't know how to work with those stats. Like, I'm terrified. So when that day comes, whew. I agree with you, Rachel. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate that. My Twitch crashed, so I didn't see your reaction to my dark joke. Oh, Ghosty, my mod bot tried to ban it anyway, so we were already past that in the convo. Okay, D&D campaign. One of the players was able to talk shit before they even got arrested and beaten. The guard was wimpy and couldn't handcuff him. He rolled a 2 in strength. Oh my god, not a 2 in strength. Agreed to take them to see the healer. Oh, okay. So they weren't gonna win? Are you telling me they were not gonna win that fight against that captain? Because that's crazy. The party is in the jail, and they're given access to the jail cell under the pretense they were gonna torture him. Dang. The Nurgling is an actual character in 40k, and he's making it up to the Nurgle by trying to recreate that mix, along with using unique and dangerous ingredients to make new plagues. Oh, I love plague concepts. Plague and pestilence is so cool, and I love it. My little dude is a guy in the universe where the 4 horsemen exist, and the pestilence like kills his village, and he's the only one who lives, and so he goes to pestilence to kill him, like the god of pestilence, to kill him out of revenge. But by doing so, he has essentially become the god of pestilence without necessarily realizing it. He kind of realizes it, but he more thinks he's like, oh, whatever, it's fine. And so now he's going on he's like, well, if I can kill one god, I can kill them all. And so now he goes on a campaign to kill the other 4. And that's his plot. And he's a little angsty bitch, and he's got rats that like encompass him and come out and stuff. I love it. That's my boy. Sorry, gotta go. You're so cool. No worry, Andy. You're always welcome back. Feel free to stop by anytime. We appreciate you stopping in, and have a good day, okay? Goodbye, my friend. Thanks for stopping by. Gal, this D&D campaign, fire. I do remember you telling me this plot, although I think it was in a little less detail. So, how much of the plot that you originally had planned did they actually follow? Because you're telling me a lot about how, like, they didn't open the letter, they didn't do certain things to get more lore, to get more information, and that is genuinely hysterical when you have opportunities for your players to take, and you're like, take the opportunity. Like, why aren't you doing it? Don't be nice and sweet. What are you doing? I love that. They followed like 70%. Okay. 70% isn't too bad. 70% is not too bad of a plot to follow. And you know, you can only do so much because you gotta let them have freedom and stuff. But I'm glad it still went relatively well. The human is in rough shape. It looked like he was barely alive, because he was, and they find something else in the cell. Someone else. Oh, a little girl about 8 years old, his daughter. He revealed that he took both his and his punishment to the point where he was on the brink of death and was forced to drink healing potions to keep himself alive and repeat the process for 8 years. Dang! That's one hell of a grudge. That is one hell of a grudge, to keep reviving the person only to be brought back again and again. Dang, bro. That sucks. You know what that is? Have y'all seen the show on Netflix, The Sandman? Because that feels like the very beginning of The Sandman, when he wakes up in that big bubble, and how it's been like processing that for however many years. That's what that feels like. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. The Sandman's pretty good. It's a Neil Gaiman show, so it's gay and it's lovely. Also, each god in 40k has two sides to them like a coin. Oh. Because he's the god of pestilence, rot, and disease, but he's also the god of life and death. Interesting! I actually really like that concept, that it's got like two sides to them. Because then it's not just like, oh, you're like big evil blah man. But there's also like a whole nother thing, like life and death combined. That's cool. While also representing finality, with everyone having the hopefully comforting knowledge that no matter what you do, you'll all end up the same, dead and rotting to support new life. I've always really liked that concept of like, it doesn't matter, like in life, you will all die, right? And everybody will be the same in the afterlife type of energy. So I think that's a really cool concept, and it can be used well. And that sounds like they use it well. They do almost like a, I was going to call it Harley Quinn, oh my god. Like a Harvey Dent scenario, where it's two sides of the same coin energy. That's pretty fire. Sandman is so fun, yes. Sandman is a good show. I really liked it. It's just enough like gloomy and dark, but also enjoyable and fun. I think it's great. The party decided to take the little girl because the dad was not going to make it and he wanted his daughter to see the outside walls. So they make the daughter invisible and give the dad his final wish before he died. Aww. That's so sad. That's so tragic and sad. I love it. We love a big old Greek tragedy. Aww. That's so cute. I'm glad that they saved the little girl at least. Glad that they saved. Are they going to keep her in the party though? Because isn't that dangerous? That feels like it would be dangerous for her. Does she have, like, is she a healer? Do we go Fire Emblem style where it's classic, the little girl is like secretly a dragon and deals the most damage, but you gotta keep her safe because she's a little girl? While this is happening, the human, the stupid one, love it, was standing outside the door where he was talking, not his strong suit, I love it, to a creepy guard who wanted to hurt the little girl. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You gotta beat people up if they're gonna try and hurt the child. There's also 3 other gods. Tzeentch, the god of magic, fate, and change. He opposes Nurgle, since Tzeentch is all about change and advancement. Meanwhile, Nurgle is all about you being fine with who you are and stagnation. Oh, so they have a bit of a rivalry going. 2 gods fighting it out to the death. Who will win? Nobody, because they're immortal. I love that. That reminds me of the D&D one-shot they just did with Abria and Brennan and Neil and Sam, I think her name is, Karlach and Astarion, where the spoilers, but Brennan and Anjali, that's what I forgot. Brennan and Anjali end up being like opposing dragon forces, and it's like, we're both immortal, we're gonna fight this out. That's funny. The little girl inherited her father's healing abilities. Okay, cool. So she is like classic, like young and small, but has a little bit of magic, can give a little bit of health, that kind of energy. Okay. That's good. Khorne, who is the one who started Skulls for the Skull Throne, nice, and is the god of blood and slaughter, makes sense. Also, Slaanesh is a less sadistic Lushgana. Interesting. So they have their good amount of gods as well. So it's not just like, creatures and stuff. They got gods and lore about their gods. Now, do they do the thing where like, do they need people to be their worshippers or their followers? Do they have kind of like how warlocks have... No, warlocks having a patron would be different. It would be like clerics, right? Clerics or paladins, like how they work for gods. Are there those kind of things? Like, can you choose to be a character that serves one of these gods, or are they strictly sort of like opposing and villainous? What is the energy for that? What's the vibes? Because I'd be interested to see. Like, are there good boy gods? Each gods have individual armies filled with demons and corrupted humans. Okay, so it's probably more of like villain territory, enemy territory, than necessarily fighting for them and being a part of them. The party is about to leave with the little girl, and the creepy guard walks in, realizes the dad is dead, and freaks out. He runs to the storeroom to get healing potions to force the now dead human to drink. Caught the attention of the other guard, and the party was smart and locked the cell while they were inside them. Smart. Hey, listen, every once in a while, your players gotta be smart. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, they know what they're doing, or they come up with something creative that gives them like, you gotta honor that because that's really creative. They have mixed things. They get power from worshippers, while also gaining strength from their divinities naturally occurring. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's not a one thing fixes all type of energy. It's a couple of different sources where power and energy are transferred and supported. Okay, that makes sense. That's interesting. I was bummed because I had a whole plan for them to fight guards, so again, they avoided fighting. Oh, they're too clever when it counts, and not clever enough when it doesn't count, is what you're telling me. Like they're not smart enough to open the letter and read it when there's no consequences, but they're too smart when you have a battle planned that they're able to get away from it scot-free. That's hysterical. That's funny. People not only get tricked by the demons into joining the gods, but also have willing followers. Okay. Yeah, because I imagine there have to be people out there who are like, yes, I want to serve the god of murder because then I can kill a bunch of people. You know what I mean? There are awful and crazy people out there, so it makes sense that in context of the world, that would be the case, you know? I could feel that. I researched fighting in D&D for like 6 hours, read the whole monster manual, and researched stats for them to lock the door. Oh no. Oh, that sucks, gal. But hey, now that it's not a one-shot, that knowledge isn't going to waste because you still have it for future sessions when they don't remember to lock the door. Slaanesh is the youngest god, yet has the scariest birth. Oh, that sounds terrifying. Youngest god, but scariest birth. What did he, like, grow up from the ground or something and, like, shed his skin like a snake? What did he do? What did he do? That's a weird phrasing. That is a weird phrasing. Scariest birth. I'm curious to what that means. Huh. I kind of want to Google it, but I'm also going to wait for you to tell me because I feel like the suspense is more fun than finding out immediately. So I will wait. Oh, what is being redeemed? Oh, I just didn't click the message. Okay. Anyway, they're hightailing it out of there before they get caught. They find none other than the hag, hello, who, in exchange for bread, gave them a carriage to get to the original kingdom. Because we were reaching 4 hours and it was almost 1 a.m. Yep. That is one of the things I've learned is, like, you can have a whole plan for a session and theoretically it should fit within a 4-hour session, but it never seems to do that. It never does that. You will barely get like halfway through some nights. And I'm always like, how does this happen? How do I plan the exact same amount for every single session? And yet sometimes we get absolutely nowhere. But on the other hand, you have to think of it like that's actually a good thing in reality because it means that they were having so much fun that it's been going that slow, you know? And they weren't like barreling and barreling. So that's good. It really is a good thing. Basically, an entire race from trillions of years ago, like, plateaued at the top of the universe. And so they start trying to find ways to entertain themselves. They start normal, they degrade into pain, grew more and more sadistic, and even more debauchery. Like during partner times, murder would be done for the pleasure of both. I got you. But because they're immortal, they just come back and they have a want for more. Oh. That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense for what he's kind of a god of. Interesting. An immortal race that is bored. So they do as much horrible, painful things as possible. Because they're bored. Huh. It's an interesting concept. I don't know if that I've heard of something like that before. That's a very interesting concept, actually. Also, throughout this whole time, the party was asking the little girl what her name is, and she kept saying that she wasn't allowed to have one. During the carriage, they encouraged her to think of something to call herself. Aww, that's so cute. So they get to the kingdom where they give the medicine to the queen. She lives! Yay! I love that. I'm glad they succeeded. Deliver another letter back to the guard. They weren't snooping, aw. And get paid. Hell yeah! That's another thing with traditional D&D style besides combat that I'm terrified of. And that is like shopping and having items and shit and them dealing with money and knowing like how much to give versus how much things should cost, and like that concept is crazy to me because I'm like, how would you ever figure that out? Because I can't imagine trying to do shopping. That shit's crazy to me. I don't know, man. It's not something I'm good at. I already for season 2 am trying to learn how to do resources, which I guess shopping and gold and stuff is kind of a part of it, and you do kind of create items in Candela, but I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm going to have to work on it. I'm going to have to work on how to do resources and things because I have no concept whatsoever. All of this raw debauchery and souls flowing through the warp, the afterlife, okay, caused such a disturbance that a hole from reality and the afterlife ripped open, destroying planets, and the entire race got their souls consumed, leaving that population from 100% to 1%. The part that only just escaped her has to do Slaanesh things to other creatures to slave off the grip on their souls. That's crazy. That's some crazy ass lore for a god being. Damn. The king gives them rooms and they hear a distinct cackle, the hag, and see a cat's tail, but they don't see her. That's a great way to end it. Always end on a little bit of a cliffhanger. That's what you're supposed to end a session on, a little bit of a cliffhanger. I love that. The ones that were really far away after seeing how their race degraded doesn't have to do those things. But if they die, their souls go straight to her. Oh, that's like a lose-lose scenario. Dang, where it's like, well, we don't have to sacrifice other people, but we're gonna go to hell anyways. That's crazy. Wow. The lore that people can come up with is wild to me. I would never think of something like that. Shopping isn't too bad. The DM guide gives you all the items one could need. Oh! Okay, well, at least they have a guide for it. I'll have to check it out then. Because that is definitely one of those things where I'm like, ooh, I don't know how I would do this. Like, I would try and start from scratch, and I don't think I would have any concepts whatsoever. So that's interesting. All right, I'll have to check out the DM guide and see what the concepts are for that. I'm trying to work on resource management now. We got a few callbacks for our next season. So we're going to do callbacks this week, and then I'll have a cast on Sunday, I think. Whatever day the first is, I'll have a cast set. I won't be telling you guys yet. You guys know Molly and Lizzie are coming back. but I'll have other players set if we're joining them, or if they're joining us. And then starting next week, I'm just writing. I made a lore document for the players. So if there's anything that you guys want to add to the campaign that you're thinking about it, this is the week, and next week is the week to tell me, because I wrote out a lore document that is going to get sent to the players. It's got our algae on it, it's got themes on it, it's got concepts on it, it's got the lighthouse on it, that kind of jazz. So actually, this is fun. TK has been taking care of the little girl and brought her down to her room. The little girl who's been quiet for basically all of this tells Saphira that someone told me what my name is. What is it? My name is M. And then I ended the campaign. I love cliffhangers. That's so good. TK didn't reveal much because she wanted to let you do it. But she did say that she was really excited and it was a lot of fun. Oh my gosh, that's an amazing way to end, gal. Excellent, excellent choice. That is brilliant. I can send you the free download I got. Oh, do it. Please, DM it my way, yo. Send me that file. Unless it's too big, in which case I suppose you could email me if you wanted. But, like, I am interested. I want the resources. We're going to use them to the best of our ability. Fucking love TK? Same. TK's a god. We love TK in this house. She was so nice and she knows everything about D&D. Oh, I'm glad. I'm really glad that it was nice and fun. Did you learn anything that you're going to try and change or do differently or want to incorporate for your next sessions? Like, I know this was your first time DMing, so, like, what things did you learn? And now that Race's pantheon was captured by Slaanesh, although the goddess of life was saved from her by Nurgle, who fell in love with her. And now that goddess is in the Nurgle realm trying out his poxes. But whenever she tries them, she secretly releases the cure for the thing out into the universe. Ah, clever, clever. It's like, is it Hephaestus that gives humans fire? It's kind of what it is. We're like, I created this thing and people want me to keep it all for the higher-ups, but I'm going to give it to the humans. That's kind of like that. Aw. I like that. That's cute. Huh. Probably not plan as much, but I want to add puzzles, and the party is going to be leveling up through milestones. So basically, I'm begging them to do shit to level up. Also, I gotta email it to you. Okay, go ahead and email. But that makes sense. Yeah, puzzles are a hard thing. Puzzles can be very hard because it's like, you might have somebody who's like super good and knows all the riddles, and you're gonna have to find something that's tricky. And then you might have somebody who's like not good at them and needs like a basic baby riddle, you know what I mean? I feel that energy. I know a lot of riddles and stuff, but I feel like I never remember them. Like, I'll be like, I've heard this one before. And people will be like, great, what's the answer? And I'll be like, no idea. I just know I've heard it. I just know I've seen it done. But I can't remember it, so. Oh, that's Prometheus that gave fire. Thank you. Yeah, Prometheus is the one who gave fire. Hephaestus is like the god of fire, aren't they? So Prometheus like steals it and gives it to the humans. I want to give the players individual riddles. Ooh. You could make, so you could probably make them in different styles. You could have one that's like an actual puzzle. Like you gotta try and not necessarily fit pieces together like a jigsaw, but you gotta actually try and like make things combine. You could do one that's a riddle. You could do one that's like code, like with a cipher. And so they gotta figure out the cipher and decode it. That kind of stuff would be cool. Test your riddles with me, because if I can get it and my knowledge of all of this is simple, then it's a good riddle. Fair. That's fair. See, for me, it's like, rather than puzzles and stuff, maybe it's because of the setting we're in, but Candela at least leans itself very heavily to mysteries, which means rather than a puzzle, it's clues, right? So my job is to make sure the clues make sense. And either A, you get every clue, even if you avoid the way I was gonna give it to you, you have to get it in some way, shape, or form. And when you have all those clues, does it allow you to solve a mystery? Because in my personal opinion, and not everybody agrees with this, and that's totally fine. If you don't want to play that way, don't vibe that way. In my personal opinion, if there is a mystery to solve, it should not be a guess when we get to the end of the mystery. I personally do not like a mystery. I do not like trying to solve a mystery, trying to solve a plot, trying to solve a clue or an idea. If there are multiple pathways that, like, it could go, and there's no way for me to figure out the right answer until, like, you give me the right answer. I personally don't like that. And it's the concept of, like, you'll hear in a lot of people when they critique media, they're like, well, I saw that coming. That was super easy. I saw that coming, like, episode 1. That's the point. That's the point. We have somehow strayed away from this concept that if you can guess the plot, that's a good thing. That means the author is doing their job correctly. And for some reason, we think that being able to guess the plot and guess the mystery is a bad thing. And that makes the person bad at mystery. No. If you're reading a mystery book, if you are watching a mystery show, you should be able to guess the ending. That's the point of a mystery. So, like, people have it in their heads that that's a bad thing, and I'm like, no. Like, that means they're doing a good job. Like, it drives me crazy because it makes me upset. And I never guess the plot. This is a bitch who can never ever guess it, even with the most obvious things. And it gets me into a lot of trouble. Like, literally, people don't want to watch shows with me. People don't want me in their, when they're GMing, they don't want me in their games. They don't want me to read books and discuss them because I will never get it. It does not matter if you hand me a sheet of paper that says this is the answer. I just can't get it because that's not how I consume media. But, like, the average person is supposed to be able to understand what's happening. Like, there's supposed to be a point when you go, I think I figured it out. And if that's episode 1, believe and trust that there's a reason it's episode 1. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. People just get in a little tits about that. It makes me mad. Here's where I'm stuck currently. I have 2 options for next week. I have a beach session where it's full of puzzles, or a fighting tournament where something wrong may or may not, but definitely will happen. Send you the email. Amazing gal. Thank you. I would offer both to your players, but I would not tell them the setting. I would tell them I would say, do you guys prefer puzzles or fighting? Like combat. Puzzles or combat. That's what I would offer to, like, a group chat. That way they're still surprised and engaged and about what's happening without needing to, like, give away every last detail. Puzzle, combat is the 2 things I would offer, and see what they want. See what they throw it to, you know? Maybe give them that opportunity. If you don't have time for them to choose, then I would go with whichever you think you want to practice working on. Like, you kept telling me in your discussion here of your first session that you were upset because you had studied combat and they really barely did it. So maybe go that route because you really want to utilize it. You didn't get to utilize it in your first session. So maybe go that route this time. Go Hunter on it. Okay, give us a big arc to the top. Like, let's go. By the way, there are over 300 books in the Warhammer 40K setting. So then again, they probably don't have the time or the money to read them all. Truth. Absolute truth. That is so many, dude. Wow, that's crazy. That kind of lore and stuff is not jam I can do. I'm like, that's a little too much. I will homebrew things at that point. That is way too much for me to try and figure out. Mechanics, I'll try and learn. We'll get those right and correct because you might have people who know what they're doing and they want to play right. But lore and details? Nah. I mean, I love Candela. It's about 200-something pages of lore. But that's pages, not 200 books of lore. That would be wild. There's no way in hell I'd be doing that. I'd be like, nah, I'm making up my own shit. I'm absolutely making it up, and I don't care what the lore says. I love making lore. Exactly. Exactly. It's like, oh, I don't care what the actual lore is. I don't care what the real plot is. I'm going to make it all up. I'm going to make every last bit up. That's what's going to happen. Don't have any interest in being, like, sticking to a thing, you know? I feel that energy. For me, it's like, it was funny because I was thinking about this the other day. What I say about myself is I am an adapter, not like a creator. So, and a lot of people are like creative. They've got the imagination. They create whole worlds and plot and characters and things. And that's amazing. That is not the energy I run on. So like Candela gives me a great resource because I can use a lot of their shit and then build off of it. I don't do pulling things from scratch. I don't enjoy it. I'm not good at it. I have no interest in being better at it. So it's one of those things where, like, if you give me something, I will adapt it and change it and run with it and improv off it and work off of it and make it huge and great and cool. But you have to give me something. Even if it's just a theme, even if it's just a word, you have to give me something to run off of. I cannot do it out of the blue the way a lot of people can. It's just not the way I function. Which is why I tried to get us to do themes for everything. And then once we picked Underwater and you guys gave us so many things to work with, I'm like, all right, now I've got shit I can do. It's also why when I make plots and stuff, I go and I bring in what the characters give me for their backstories, and I mold that so deeply intertwined with a plot is because it's adapting rather than creating. Said books are pure lore. They're like individual rule books called the Codex for each faction you play. Damn! That's crazy. I could never do that, Alex. Warhammer's too much for me. But it does sound like fun if you know all of that. If you're in it, you're in deep. You are running in the mud, and I love that for y'all. Y'all own it. Now, since we're diving in, I get to introduce religion into this. You know what's so interesting, Gal? I love that you've sort of taken this concept of the mother and the father that we've done with Ascendancy and you and Seven have worked on. And, you know, it's kind of stemmed from, like, Candela stuff and possibly would even be the focus, because I promised y'all, of a one-shot that we do live on stage. It's really cool that you've taken that and you've crafted your own thing with it and that you're running it in your own D&D world. Because maybe one day when I run a one-shot of it, it's going to be like having multiple branches from the same tree and seeing the concept in different universes. Like, it's going to be a multiverse. And I really love the idea of all the different multiverses of this one concept. I think that's cool. I have 3 orc books. I'm not going to read those names. A human book. 2 Tyranid, giant space bugs that want to eat everything. Got you. Books. And a Necron. Think immortal space Terminator robots who killed gods, which are story. Oh. Yeah, dang, you're all up in it. More power to you, man. If it's something you enjoy, I hope they never stop making books. I hope you get to read so much of it till the day you die. That is amazing. I'm gonna be real. Emma's been one of my OCs since I was 11. I love that. This whole plot with the king and the herbalist and the kingdoms are actually a part of a story I've written. That's so cool. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. I love that you've been able to bring in your OCs and like plot that you've had and mold it into a game and to an experience that other people get to engage in with you. Because like, that's the part of art that people don't realize is a part of art and being a creative person. Is you don't just make it for yourself. The reason why you make it for other people is not to be like, oh my god, your stuff's so good, blah, blah. It's so that other people can experience the love and the joy that you have with the art that you create. So that is cool. 10+ year daydream. Aww. That's so cute. Oh, I'm so happy that you're getting to live your life and people are experiencing it. That is amazing. Oh, I'm so happy about that. That is fire. That is absolute fire. I love that so much. Does that mean there's plot that even I don't know? Like, did you tell me all of it that one day, or is there stuff that even I don't know aspects about it? I can't wait to traumatize people? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's so much fun to traumatize people. It is the best ever. That's all I gotta say. There's chapters! Whoa. Okay, so there's a lot of lore you didn't tell me. That was just like campaign 1 shit. Not even like session 1. Okay, so you have a lot to pull from for this. Okay. Well, that's good, because at least that means you have source material. You have something that you can run from for the rest of it. The story I have is currently a 70+ page Word doc. And that's just 2 chapters. That's crazy. I think the longest thing I ever wrote was like a Twilight Princess fan fiction when I was like 12. That shit is wild. I think I deleted all my fan fiction. Maybe one day if we ever do like a subathon or something, or a charity event or something, one of the unlocks could be I have to read through my fan fiction. That'd be hysterical. I don't know, man. Also, Speed Freaks, you play as orcs all day. They're sentient, muscular mushroom people. Interesting. That have a biological drive for combat. And their currency is teeth. Amazing. I don't know how that's a stable currency, but okay, I believe you. And when enough orcs collectively believe something, they actively warp reality to fit their beliefs. What? The color red makes things go faster. Blue makes things luckier. Yellow makes things wealthier. And weapons more explosive. That's such an interesting concept. That one's actually really intriguing. I actually really think that concept is cool. That is something I could get behind. I love the idea that the currency is teeth. That's fire. That's amazing. But the idea that sort of when you believe it enough, it becomes reality, that's something that intrigues me, that I feel like I could fuck around and mess with. I like that energy a lot. Oh, I'm sure your writing's fine, gal. Get out of here. I hyper-focus on writing short stories, and I support you. Frankly, I support you in your hyper-fixation on short stories. Because writing is great for the soul. Writing is good. Even if you think you suck, even if it's not like... I mean, I guess don't do it if it's not fun. But even if you're like, oh, I don't necessarily want to get better at this, I just like writing my thoughts down, that's fine. It is good. It is good to write. It is good to speak. It is good to sing, right? Any of these methods of just getting thoughts and feelings and words on a page or words in the universe is really, really good. It's good to have that kind of an outlet, that kind of a thing, you know? You're gorgeous. Thank you, Madish. Welcome to our stream. I hope you're having a good day today. We're talking about things like D&D and TTRPGs, and folks are telling me about their campaigns, telling me about Warhammer. But we love to talk about anything and everything. If you've got an activity you've done recently or you want to talk about something, throw it our way. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Think of it like this. Oh, we're talking about teeth. Okay. We're talking about teeth as a currency in Warhammer. Teeth is a stable currency because teeth decay. So you can't just hoard teeth. So the wealthiest clans are those that can regrow their teeth the fastest. Different species' teeth have different levels of worth in the eyes of orcs. So you can even have rich clans who are rich because they're constantly winning fights. That's crazy. That is a crazy aspect to think about. The fact that you have to have a universe where you can regrow teeth. Because teeth don't decay that fast. The fact that you have to do... Beavers are dripping in gold. Accurate. Beaver teeth, like the big chunky ones, those guys are rich. They are the elitists. They are the monarchs. I love that. I used to write short stories on Fiverr, or I tried to. Listen, we all have our Fiverr problems, okay? I used to have Fiverr open for voice acting coaching and acting coaching. Yeah, I closed that real fast. I did it for a little bit, but oh my God. I ended up closing it because it was, even at like $15 an hour, it was not worth it. Like, it just, the type of people you're going to get on Fiverr is not the energy. It really isn't. So I understand that. We all have our bad Fiverr arcs, okay? It happens to the best of us. Happens to the best of us. Oh, I would still love to teach, just for the record. I didn't stop it because I don't like teaching. Y'all know I love teaching. I love coaching. I love that kind of jazz. But doing it on Fiverr was not the way. It was not the way. I wanted to keep going, but I changed my email, and they said I plagiarized my own work. Fun fact, speaking of plagiarizing your own work, did you know in a scholarly setting, using work you've already written to submit for another project or project, did I say that? Yeah, I said project or like paper, that is plagiarism. You can, according to the rules of plagiarism, you can plagiarize against yourself. It is possible, believe it or not. Not in that way, gal. They're not correct in saying that in that way, but it is possible to plagiarize against yourself. It's crazy, but it can be done. I worked in a college for a little bit, so you have to be very, very clear about what the rules of plagiarism are, because colleges don't give you a second chance. If you break it and you didn't know you broke it, it doesn't matter. You are expelled. And you do not get the chance to come back. You lose your scholarships, and most other colleges will not take you because you've been charged with plagiarism. So you have to make that shit very clear when you teach in a college what plagiarism is. Because I'm like, listen, there's nothing anybody can do to save you if you plagiarize while in school. I haven't even gone into WAGs and the time they made a moon from scrap metal because the energies were so strong they managed to teleport said moon of scrap via warp travel through sheer belief. What? That is hysterical. That feels like a fever dream. I think maybe Warhammer is just somebody writing down all their fever dreams and then made it into a game somehow, because that is exactly what that sounds like, Alex. Apparently handing in the same paper for 2 different assignments is considered plagiarism. Yes, gal, so that's what I'm talking about. That is plagiarism against yourself. So, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, is in college, I had to be very clear about, like, hey, plagiarism is not just, oh, I asked an AI chatbot to write it for me. Oh, I, am copy and pasting from someone else who wrote an essay. If you turn in something you wrote for another paper and we find out that that's the case, you will, or if it ever gets exposed, let me be very clear. If you have graduated with a degree and it is exposed that you have plagiarized, even by yourself, even as in you took a paper you already wrote and submitted it for a different project, because that's plagiarism against yourself. If you have the degree and it is exposed that you have done that, they can revoke your degree. They can revoke it. It does not matter how long it's been since you have graduated. They can take it from you. And the government will consider that you do not have that degree. In every country, by the way, not just the US. So, plagiarism's some shit you gotta be scared of. I don't tell people to be scared of a lot, and I tell people to break the rules whenever they can. Don't break plagiarism rules. That shit will haunt you. which I call bullshit on. So, okay. So, yes and no. Plagiarizing yourself by using something you've already written for a different thing is a weird form of plagiarism, because people think plagiarism so what we get told, which is incorrect, which is why this seems like a weird concept. What you get told plagiarism is claiming a work that isn't yours is yours. That's not what plagiarism is. That's not what plagiarism is. We think that's what plagiarism is because incorrectly that's what they teach you it is in high school. Again, most of what they teach us in schools are fucking lies and bullshit, and that applies to plagiarism and English and grammar and all that shit. So that's not what plagiarism is. If plagiarism was specifically claiming something that is not yours is yours, then you're correct. It would be bullshit to try and say that something you wrote is plagiarism, even if you're submitting it for something that it was not written for. Plagiarism is very specifically, like, let's see if I word this correctly. It's the act of using See, it's even hard for me to state. Like, words and phrasing and specifics of detail that are not... Oh, it's hard for me to explain. Fuck. Let me see if I pull up the actual definition, if it's going to be easier. Okay, so, alright, so, the thing with plagiarism, because I just pulled it up to make sure I use my words correctly, the statement is, it is the representation of another person's language, thoughts, ideas, or expressions as one's own original work. The reason why plagiarism against yourself is considered a thing, most people are focused on the another person's, and not focused on original work. The concept is, whether folks agree with it or not, if you write something for a specific, like, goal, so you write it to turn it in as a project, and then you take that paper and you turn it in for another project, it is no longer an original work for that project. It was an original work when you wrote it. It is no longer an original work when you turn it in for something it was not written for. That's the leap. That is their concept that they are arguing, essentially, when they say plagiarism against yourself. Because when you have submitted it, you're like, I wrote this thing for this topic. It is my work, my thoughts, my ideas. That thing that you just wrote in that context is an original work. But when you take it out of that context, it is no longer an original work. And because it's an original work in that context, even if it's you who wrote it, that is another person's original work that you are taking to put into a new context and claim as your own original work in a new context. That is the argument, as far as I understand it. Whether or not you agree with the argument, fully up to you. Okay, Alex, I know you said something on this conversation that we're having about WAGs. It's a bunch of orcs getting pumped up for a fight, and then an orc bigger than the other orc rallies them, and a WAG is formed. Their mental reality warping is boosted, and they start to rapidly expel spores, grow into an aspect of the ecosystem. When an orc dies in battle, they explode, which has the same effect as spores from before. So 2 ways to remove them from a planet is use flame weaponry or gassing the planet. Damn, that's crazy. Can you imagine? We're going to fight orcs. We need flamethrowers. We gotta light this planet on fire. That's crazy. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's exactly the logic, Kimberly. That is the logic for plagiarism. And you know, whether or not we agree with it is your own opinion. Because, yeah, like, more on the Wikipedia page here is basically plagiarism is considered academic or journalistic, like, integrity. So it's a violation around those things. So the argument for plagiarism against yourself is a matter of it no longer being an original work in the context, and the fact that it's a violation of integrity, like academic integrity. Because oftentimes, if you get kicked out of a university or a scholarly setting for plagiarism, they don't actually say, oh, this person was expelled for plagiarism. That's not what they say. They'll say this person was expelled for academic dishonesty. Because that is the technical definition of what they consider it to be. For example, and this is not plagiarism against yourself, but it falls into this category. There's a Reddit thread that became popular recently of someone who does an Am I the Asshole, where they explain that their friend submitted a personalized essay, got into the college, was excited to go, and the original poster found out that their friend who got accepted into the college based on this essay, was excited to go, had lied in their personalized essay. They had said something about their parents being deceased when they weren't. They had talked about things that were incorrect in their own life in this essay. The problem is, that's considered academic dishonesty. And this scholarship was revoked, and they were not allowed into the school. And people are upset about it, which, like, I understand, but from an academic point of view, it absolutely is academic dishonesty. Like, when you're dealing with scholarly institutions, you do not get to do that. You do not get to lie on that shit. That's dishonesty. That is false integrity. And those are core values, and they are allowed to expel and revoke you for those things. Women are the strongest species. We're brave and happy. Listen, we love our women up in here. We got some powerful ass women. That's true. That's true. Remember, gremlins never feed them? That's true. You can't, I don't know where that came from, but yeah, you can't feed, I think you can't feed gremlins after midnight though, right? Is it midnight or is it a different time? Because we ain't at midnight yet. We can still feed me all we want. I am not going to read that name, but I like the Margaret Thatcher joke. That's funny. Is one of the few orcs who's truly scary to fight. Because not only is he one of the biggest and physically strong orcs to exist, but he's also the smartest orc to exist. Normally, orcs only know how to do orc things, or how to tinker with their tools. But Thraka knew how to speak High Gothic, or English at the time, and understood how to manipulate the orc's mental ability to boost himself in strength. Damn! Speaking of scholars, Thraka is an orc scholar. He's using it for negative purposes, but he's an orc scholar nonetheless. That's interesting. Damn, this is some real good plot. Now, was this all thought up by one person? Or have these been, like, developed by multiple authors and, you know, people who are writing in these books and doing things? Or is this just one guy in his home having a good-ass time writing about weird shit? Because I'm down either way, but, like, I wonder sometimes. I wonder if it's from one person's brain or if it's multiple people contributing to make something weird. could see it either way, I suppose. Sorry, the Wikipedia page has caught my attention because it's got a sentence that says plagiarism is not a crime. Which is true. Plagiarism is not a crime. And yet you can be imprisoned for it? That's kind of wild. Oh, so because they're considering it in other formats. I see. Okay. That makes more sense. This isn't his own mental ability. He's manipulating the entire orc population to think of him as this legendary orc figure. Oh. Dang indeed. There's 60 authors? Okay. I'm glad it's not just one dude's brain. I'm glad it's a bunch of people collectively being weird and throwing in their thoughts. I just asked riddles or combat and they picked both? That's hysterical. And you really became the tacos commercial. Riddles or combat? Why can't we have both? Okay, so thought process. Start with a riddle, or throw them into like a gladiator style Coliseum tournament thing, where in order they fight someone, and then they have to solve the riddle. And then they go up the next level and they fight someone new and they solve a riddle. Or, even cooler, have them fight the Riddler in the gladiator pit? God tier. Even cooler, right? What if they're fighting people, but there's a riddle, there's something to solve about the different people they fight. So they could just defeat them in combat, but it'll make the combat a lot easier if if they can figure out that this guy is immune to all types of damage except he's got an Achilles heel, then they can figure that out and win the combat. So it's kind of like Naruto, early Naruto style, where it wasn't just who's more powerful, but who can outthink the other person in combat. That could be cool. I gave them the hint, bring sunscreen, we're going to the beach, I love that. And one sends me a gif of someone drinking sunscreen. Oh no. Oh, you are in for a world of a time. Not drinking sunscreen. I told them if someone does that, everyone gets 4 points of psychic damage. Not me being like, I eat the Tide Pod, everybody take damage. That's hysterical. Guys, I brought a snack. Bust out Tide Pod container. Do you remember that era when everybody would take blue Gatorade and dump it into a Windex bottle just to freak everyone out and they would drink from the Windex bottle? That shit was hysterical. That shit was funny as hell. I love my generation. We're gonna play chess boxing? Perfect. Quickly, solve this riddle and then punch each other. And then solve the riddle and then punch each other. Chess boxing's fire. Chess boxing's god tier. By the way, I love the lore of the Nids. Their individual units are so cool because they're a hive mind. Whenever they lose against a strategy, they rapidly adapt to not lose to said strategy before. Yeah, that's cool. I like that concept a lot, Alex. I think that's a really fun concept. Someone is going to come out with a May jar full of pudding? Yes. Yes. I want it. Yup, yeah, Kimberly, that era was hysterical with the Windex bottles and the Tide Pods. I love it. I have the best idea. Give it to me, gal. What's your concept? I want to hear it. I need to know. Tell me what it is right this very instant. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. I keep seeing Jack now after people reminded me he's on my shirt. Keep seeing him on my shirt. And all I want to be is there are few who deny it. What I do, I am the best. for my talents are renowned far and wide. Yes, tell us, gal. I will sing Jack Skellington until you have typed it out. Oh my god, I just lost my place. There are few who deny it. What I do, I am the best, for my talents are renowned far and wide. When it comes to surprises in a moonlit night, I excel without ever even trying. With a wave of my hand and a ghost-like charm. Nope, that's the other one. That's the other one. Shit, what's the chorus? What's the one to this one? I did the chorus backwards. I did the chorus backwards. No, I did it correct. I did it correct. Trust yourself, Rachel. You know this song like the back of your 9-fingered hands. I did it correct. There are few who deny it. What I do, I am the best, for my talents are renowned far and wide. Do. With the slightest little effort of my ghost-like charm, I have... when it comes to surprises in the moonlit night, I excel without ever even trying. When it comes... fuck me, now I can't do it, but I had it. I'll have it be known that I had it. There's one called a psychophage, and it has a barbed tongue and mouth. Its favorite prey is entities with psychic abilities, and they latch their tongue on the user's brain and around their eyes before dragging them into their maw, and then psychic entities consumed and burned into psychocorrosive ash, which it can fire as projectiles that rends the soul of its targets. That's cool as shit. That's fire. 2 players are going to be accidentally trapped in the tournament, and the other 6 are going to have to fight enemies. The 2 who are trapped have to solve puzzles with pieces that get 6 from defeating the enemies. I had to make sure TK wasn't watching. Fair. We don't want to spoil it. That's such a good concept, gal. I like that. Okay, so what are the puzzles they're going to have to solve? Is it like, find the numbers? Is it get a piece to another piece? Is it decoding? Do you know the puzzles they're going to solve? Because I'm intrigued. I gotta make a host? Yes, you do. You gotta make a host for the tournament. Word puzzles. Oh. Word puzzles. No clue, I just came up with this. Okay, fair enough. Well, let's Google some word puzzles. Should it be the hag? No, it can't be the hag. The hag should be like someone who's like watching in the audience. Like if people's trying to look around, they'll notice a familiar hag in the audience like eating popcorn and feeding a cat popcorn. Because she can't be main antagonist this early. Not this early. She's got to be the weird side character that keeps showing up. I think it'd be fun just to have like a Mad Max style, announcer guy. She's harassing the food vendors for bread. Yes. Yeah, I love that. That's just one. Northern Queens are my favorite unit from the Knits. They sound cool as fuck, Alex. I really like these concepts that you're throwing at me. I'm gonna look up word puzzles to see what we can give Gal. No, not word search. Not word search, my guy. Word searches suck. Online word games. Okay. Let's see. Crossword, no. Maybe not word puzzles. Maybe we need to type in word riddles. Maybe that's better than puzzles. 30 word riddles with answers, okay? Let's see what it has to say. Okay, that doesn't make sense in context. The poor have me, the rich need me. Eat me and you will die. What am I? The answer is nothing. I don't think that's quite correct. I've heard a riddle that's similar, but I don't think that eat me and you will die isn't correct. That's not the right wording. What has 13 hearts but no other organs? A deck of cards. Ooh. That's a clever one. Yeah, you were right, Gal, yeah. That one's clever. If you eat nothing, you die. Kind of. I understand where the riddle's coming from, and I've heard it before. I just don't agree with that. Because if you eat nothing forever, sure you'll die. But if you eat nothing, you're not just gonna explode and die in that second. You know what I'm saying? The deck of cards one is interesting. Let's see. Okay, some of these are boring, some of these are obvious. What is a head and tail but no body or legs? A coin. That one's a little obvious. What is one thing that all wise men, regardless of their politics or religion, have to agree is between heaven and earth? The word and. That one's kind of cute. I kind of like that one. I think that one's cute. What has many words but never speaks? A book. That one's cute. That one's in theme. Let's see. This is a funny one. If there are 5 apples and you take away 3, how many apples do you have? 3, because you took 3. I like that. That's cute. Yeah, the rest of these are a little boring or weird. Basically, each individual tendril that the Nids come from are each controlled by a singular Norn queen, who controls the entire tendril of Nids. And when they die, the entire tendril dies. However, you'd have to fight against hundreds to thousands of Nids before ever reaching her. Damn! She got too many babies. She like a fish pumping out them babies. That's too many. She needs to stop. That's way too many. Oh my god. I think I'm going to make 6 scraps of paper, 1 for each enemy to give. So once the fighters defeat the enemies, they have to unscramble the riddle. Oh, that's clever. That way it forces the other team to fight, right? And it's not just like, oh, you can figure out the riddles or whatever. I would make it, though, that if the people solving your riddles do get it ahead of time and they are able to guess it, then that could be a cool moment where they're able to join the fight against a really strong enemy. And it might feel like if somebody needs healing and one of your people that's locked up is the cleric, it could be such a cool moment to have them figure the riddle out and jump in the middle of the fight to give healing and get everybody back up. Oh, they're on a time limit. Oh, that'll do it then. Yeah, that'll do it. If they're on a time limit, that'll keep it moving. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Let's see. I'm looking at more riddles for you. What we got? What has to be broken before you can use it? An egg. Okay. What is always in front of you but can't be seen? The future. Okay. What can you break even if you never pick it up or touch it? A promise. That's a cool idea. What can't talk but will reply when spoken to? An echo. That's cool. The more of this there is, the less you see. What is it? Darkness. What's scary is that although these tendrils are giant hazards to the galaxy, they're just scouting fleets. And this is no longer a theory. These all-consuming dangers from outside the galaxy are just scouting fleets, and we don't know what they're like at full strength. Oh, so they're not even trying to be dangerous, they just are. Dang, that's like a Dragon Ball Z thing, where it's like, that power is so strong, you haven't seen me at my highest level, and then they just get stronger. My thought process was that they have to solve how to get out of the trap before it kills them. But here's the caveat. The trap isn't really gonna kill them, but it malfunctions and becomes dangerous. Ooh, I like that. I think that's fun because it gives them a sort of like danger. It makes them act quickly and really think about it and put their all into it without it being like, you know, okay, if you don't do this thing, I'm murdering off your character. Like, you know what I mean? Because you can make it so that if it wasn't originally gonna kill them, maybe even though now it malfunctions, it still won't necessarily malfunction to the point of killing, but it'll malfunction to do a lot of damage, right? So I think that's a clever idea. It's revealed that they've been tampered with. I love that. And who knows? Maybe it's the big announcer host that has tampered with things. Maybe he doesn't know. Maybe it's a previous winner. Oop! I finally did it. I knew it was going to happen. Ugh. Good thing this thing is sturdy as shit. That water bottle is never going to break. I know who it's going to be. Who? Who it gonna be? It's all coming together. Who it gonna be? Who it gonna be? Inform your waiting party. Who it gonna be? I gotta know. I'll keep looking at these riddles. What has many keys but can't open a lock? A piano. What gets bigger when more is taken away? A hole. That one we know. What invention lets you look through a wall? The window. What goes up and down but doesn't move? A staircase. That's a classic. What has a lot of eyes but can't see? A potato. That's a funny one. What is one eye but can't see? A needle. That's a classic. What has hands but can't clap? A clock. Legs but doesn't walk? A table. Catch but not throw? A cold. Fun fact about my Candela session, I bonded to the cat person. Right, I remember this. And my DM gave me her character sheet. And although I can't control her, I can roll for her and see her abilities. However, her abilities are only revealed when she uses them. Ooh! That's a cool concept. I really like that being the way that, like, you sort of have her and she's something that is yours, but at the same time, she's her own solid, like, person and character. I think that's a really cool way of doing that. Props to your DM. That's clever. His name is Solomon, a sorcerer who uses his game to scout out new people for his family. I'm going for more poetic riddles. Oh, okay. I'll look for those. Also, someone who's trying to get more people for his family. Is this the father? Could this be the father? Could this be someone who works under the mother? Because that's what you've given me. Okay, so poetic riddles. Let's try that. Riddle poems. Oh, it's not giving me answers. Well, that's not helpful. No, not the father? Oh, okay. She's only shown one ability so far, and she automatically succeeds any move rolls. Yeah, that makes sense for a cat. That's real funny to be like, oh, can't touch me. Oh, can't touch me. Cats are so like that. They're like, pet me, but don't. But pet me, but don't. But pet me. Fucking love cats. Cats are fire. Oh my god. Alright, I'm going to the Reddit thread. See what they got. Oh, that's just a single one. Rachel, I'm gonna give you the hint. The mother is currently 8. Oh. See, this is what I mean when I say people don't want to have me join things that are mystery based, because I will never get it. I will never get your plot. You're gonna have to say it to me straight up. That's wild. That's hysterical. I love that. That's gonna be crazy. That reveal is gonna be crazy. That reveal is gonna be crazy. Damn. That's a good one. Poor Bambi's mom. Yes, she does get shot. She does, in fact, get shot. But I've been told deer meat tastes good. I've not tried any, which is wild because I have hunters in my family. But they have a lot of deer meat, and they say it tastes fine. So I don't know. Everybody gotta eat. Let's try this one. Okay, these ones have answers. Let's see. I don't think that one makes sense. What's this one? It's the alphabet one. Here you go. When I'm young, I'm tall. When I'm old, I'm short. When I'm alive, I glow. Because of your breath, I die. And the answer is a candle. That could be good for some folks who aren't super, riddly people. And you could always make rules that, maybe the people who are fighting aren't allowed to help or something. I have the ending of the second session already. Want to know what it is? Of course. Of course I want to know. Tell me. Tell me what it is. I want the plot. Give me the plot. Please give me all of your plot. That helps so much against the insta-kill chandelier, by the way. So my group went and hugged the wall to go around, and Larian just walked across the beam and starts clearing some obstacles, lowering the second move roll to avoid instant death from 6 to 4 to a 6. Well, that's good. I'm glad that it was able to help your team out. I mean, that's kind of what the energy is about. Is you want to be able to create characters or abilities or things like that feel justified and helpful without fully breaking the game or anything, you know? So that makes sense. Let's see. Society of Classical Poets. Okay, but you don't give me the answers, buddy. Oh, answers below. Oh, well, that's a bunch to jump to, but okay. As the party returns to their lodging where the little girl was the whole time, hopefully, yep, it appears that she went missing. Oh, so she gets kidnapped from the house. Interesting. Okay, tell me more. Who does it? What happens? Where does it go? I understand that she becomes the mother, but how does this all play out? Are they going to try and find her in the session after it? What's up with that? I want more. You're going to have to give me more. Let me check these riddles. Here's one. I have forests, but no trees. I have lakes, but no water. I have roads, but no cars. What am I? A map. That one could work. Oh, this is there's another candle one. There's a lot of candle ones. I have a head but no arms, a tail but no legs. I am not alive, but I help people live. The answer to that one is a coin. I am as small as an ant and big as a whale. I can soar through the air like a bird with a tail. I can be seen by day and not by night. I can be seen with a big flash of light. I follow whoever controls me by the sun, but I fade away when dark fell like a ton. That one is a shadow. If they decide to take the little girl to the beach, within the chaos, she gets taken. Okay. So she'll disappear into the woods that are hella dangerous. Valid. Where she's clearly off the path. Okay. That way you have a mechanism for her to get swooped regardless of what they choose to do with her. That makes sense, yeah. Because you're going to need a way to get her out. Let's see. In marble walls as white as milk, lined with skin as soft as silk, in a fountain crystal clear, a golden treasure does appear. There are no doors to this stronghold, yet thieves break in and steal the gold. And the answer for that one is an egg. Let's see. And those are those ones. I'm wondering what's going to try and stop us from taking the arc fly egg. I have no idea. Do you have any, like, concepts on what possible thing could be guarding it? Because maybe there's, like, something in the book, or there's something in lore that is, like, associated, or at least has the same theme that it could be. Or have they been dropping hints in the campaign, maybe, to try and do it? I may make this a time jump where she's 18. It'll make the plot better. Yeah, it is a little better to not run with children in any campaign, I think. I just think having children in the mix, like anybody under 18, is a weird thing to do with plot and characters and stuff like that, because it changes all the circumstances, you know? So I think a time skip might be okay. But I would inform your players if you're going to make them time skip too, because that's a long time. So what you could do is, like, instead of doing a time skip, if they don't want to, like, ask your players if they're comfortable with that. If they're not comfortable with a time skip, what you can do is you can add in some time mumbo-wumbo, timey-wimey jumbo, where it just affects the little girl when she gets, like, into the woods. Maybe the woods are a place where, like, time is weird. And so maybe it, like, advances super fast or something and stuff like that, versus when you step out of it, it's back to normal. So it could be something like that. Session 1 was a prologue to the campaign. The players know that. Well, that's good. At least they know then that it's going to be, like, an important part of the plot and actually be a part of the main campaign. But I would still ask before you time skip, because if they don't want to, you can do some sort of time stuff that just affects her and not the players. But if they're down for it, then yeah, just do a time skip. Because otherwise it would be a little weird to do that way. You definitely want to make her older if you can. Let's see. Riddle me this poetry challenge. Okay. Where are they? The challenge. Oh, this is like entering it, not what the actual answers are. Okay, let's try a different one then. Let's see. Poetic riddles word game. Maybe that'll work. Nope, this is another make your own. Okay. Dang, there really are not a lot. Not that you can find. Maybe if I try, like, what am I riddles? Maybe that's easier. So far, we've encountered automatons controlled by strings. We also had Drider automatons that controlled said automatons with strings made of pure flare. Although in the Tuesday session, the talking owl did mention something about a spider queen. Ooh. Okay, so maybe you're not facing the spider queen, because the spider queen feels like it would be a larger boss, you know what I mean? Like it would be a bigger enemy for you to face, and maybe you're not there yet. Unless you think the Arcfly is like a major enough item that a big boss would be in front of it, then it could be the Spider Queen. I'm guessing that it's gonna have something to do with her, the same way sort of these automatons had something to do with her, but maybe like an in-between step versus her. Not gonna lie, this has been a great chat so far. I'm glad to hear it. I love talking. Monday and Wednesday is just for talking about everything and anything and doing as much as we can. And then Saturdays are a mix of our activity streams where people chill out and we listen to music and we do different activities, or we watch episodes of campaigns. I'm thinking like escape room word games. Ooh, okay. I'm having a great time. I'm glad, gal. I love talking with y'all so much. Oh my goodness, it's fabulous. Escape room word games. I'm gonna type that straight into Google. Escape room word games and see what we get. Let's see. Oh, it's just giving me like actual. Maybe if I look at these though, it might give us some inspiration. 23 types of escape room puzzles. Okay. These are not very good. Okay, we're gonna get out of that. Let's try this one. Quick and easy escape room puzzles. Okay. Draw a picture. Line the popsicle sticks up and draw a picture of where players need to look for their next clue. Place the popsicle sticks together but not lined up in the escape room for harder challenge. Okay, so that's the idea of like you get, oh, I see, so you're getting letters or you're getting ones that have a picture. You're on that site right now? That popsicle stick idea is not a bad version. Personally, instead of letters, like you could make a word that's vague and then they have to sort of like figure out what that means. I know it's on Discord. You could do like, images, maybe. Because do you guys use, like, Foundry or anything for maps? Like, do you use maps for combat that everybody can see? Then you could do little pieces of paper, right? Like, go to Paint and draw, like, a big image. And then what you can do is, you make the canvas smaller to each section of the drawing, or go to Canva and use Canva's free stuff and save sections of the drawing. Use D&D Beyond. Okay, so you could save sections of like a drawing of something that they need to get out or to get free. And then every time, you know, like a combat is won or something, or maybe they do something right, then they get a picture of the thing and they have to combine all their drawings together to see what it is. I use GIMP, that works, right? That works. You could still do something like that where they're getting little pieces of the drawing and then they have to combine it to see what the thing is. This is the end game that we're in, and the Arcfly does have the power to protect the 4th Pharaohs. Oh, so you might be facing the Spider Queen then, Alex. You might genuinely be about to face the Spider Queen. Good luck if you are. That would be crazy. That sounds like a crazy ass villain. I cannot imagine. Here, I'll give you a tip. Break her legs. I'm kidding. I have no idea how to fight a Spider Queen. I just know personally if I was going to fight a big ass spider, I'd try and break her legs. Because she got to weave that spider web with her legs, you know? Get all 8 of them. Treat it like a Cerberus head where you have to hit all of them at once, like a Hydra. And just get all the legs. That's what I would do. So you're on this website, huh? So I don't need to keep scrolling, huh? yeah, the clues where it's a bunch of words and they have to line them up correctly so it says something. With like all the first letters start in a certain way. Yeah, covering something's not gonna work for you because it's on whatchamacallit, it's on Discord. Oh my god, the fucking ads on this website just scared the shit out of me. I was on the 23 escape room ones. I wanted that one. Okay, I got you. Shoots the spider. I feel that, Kimberly. I feel that. It's like, oh, big spider, clock, clock, boom. Like, that is what's happening. Ain't nobody walking out of here alive. Oh, Lord. See, the only thing you have to be careful with is if you are blowtorch, yep, the thing you gotta be careful with is if you are using something that will smush or explode or, you know, burn the spider, like anything to destroy big spider. If I was the GM, I would purposefully make it so that when you destroy the big mama spider, thousands of baby spiders come out of it at once and start covering the walls and the floor and shit. That is what I would do as the GM. That is where my horrific brain would go. And it would be like, uh-oh. Because that just sounds awful and gross and terrifying, and I would do it. I know the feeling. Exactly, Kimberly. That's fucked up. That's what I do. Thank you, thank you. I am a horror game master. All I do is trauma. You're welcome. Need to know how to traumatize people? Right here, I got you. I'll say endgame like we're prepared. This is my 4th session next time, and all we have is an automaton insta-kill gun. That's pretty good, hold on. A healing hourglass that removes 3 body marks. That's very good. A wind-up teleport that takes us back to the Pharaohs, or a bell that takes us permanently away from the Pharaohs and into New Fair. Oh, you are very prepared, Alex. You are incredibly prepared, and I think your GM knows that. So it definitely seems like you're at endgame because you have a lot of things that can get you that win. All I do is sin, 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 no matter what. I make the babies come out of the spider's butt. You're welcome. Torture and drama and horror and pain. These are a few of my favorite things. Oh, Lord. Lordy, Lord, Lord. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is my jam. It's going to be fun working on new horrific stuff. You guys gave me so many things to play as. That's the worst sentence I think you've ever said. You know what? You know what's great? You know what's great about not having memories sometimes? I have no idea what I just said. I know I said spiders out of the butt, but that's all I remember. Or it's babies out of the butt or something. I don't remember the rest of what I said. But I'm glad it's on video. We got to clip that shit. I want 7 back? Ha 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 ha. You cannot have her. Ha 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 ha. Besides, they're at the fair having a good old time. And if there's one thing I love, and listen, I love fair food. To the point where I was like, if I had $1 million and I could waste my money on giving it to somebody else to do something that's not helpful, I would legitimately pay someone to figure out how to make fair food. Funnel cake, French fries, like the kind they have at the fair, elephant ears, fried Oreos. I'd figure out how to make those available to like buy at the supermarket in the frozen section and cook it home and have it taste good. Because if you notice, one of the things you can't do, I don't know if they have a monopoly on it or what, you cannot buy fair food from the grocery store. You can't do it. And I'm like, bitch, I want that. That's all I want. I want corn dog. I can make fair food. They've got a cookbook. They have that with funnel cake mix. Do they? Do they have funnel cake mix? Funnel cake mix. like, I mean, I guess you could argue it's kind of like cake mix style. So it's not like, with some spout you can make a funnel cake. So here's the thing, right? I understand that it can be made, right? One of the best things I've made are like little cinnamon donut balls, like the sugar cinnamon donut balls. Granted, I hated my life because I have food anxiety, and I didn't know that oil pops. It literally pops. And in order to cook fried dough, you can't really keep a lid on it because then you fuck shit up. So it's just popping oil out onto my gas fireplace stove, and I was terrified, but they were delicious and they're amazing. I want to figure out how to do them safely. But what I'm talking about is I don't want a cake mix style box. I want to go to the freezer like a TV dinner, and I want to whip out my French fry fair fries. I want to whip out my funnel cake. I want to whip out my whatever, put it in the oven, and call it a day. Like, that's what I want. And we don't have it. And I want it. And I would get that shit on Shark Tank and figure out how to make it, because that's all I want. Said gun incapacitates, gives 3 body marks, and breaks on a 1 and 2. The hourglass, if failed on a 1, gives a body mark. And if it does 2 to 4, then it adds a full scar. And the Pharaoh's teleport takes a few seconds to spin up, which could cut it close. That's true, but like, you have to have downsides when your items are that powerful, you know? Like, you gotta give an opportunity for the bad guys to win. If you don't give an opportunity for the bad guys to win, then it's too easy. You can't be playing an easy game, you know? Because water boils and goes pop. But it's not water, it's oil. Right? Like, water boiling is fine. Because, water on my stove. Water touched fire. Oh no, like, it's not great, but it's not gonna do anything. If oil comes out of my pot and hits my fire, I have now started the kitchen fire. And I do not have, even though I should, I do not have a cooking fire extinguisher. I only have a regular fire extinguisher. You can't use a regular fire extinguisher on a cooking fire. I got baking soda, which could work if it's not too big of a fire. But, like, that terrifies me, to be trying to cook with oil, and the oil's going ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. I don't have a pot deep enough to be doing that. And if I do have a pot deep enough, it's like a gumbo pot. So it's not enough space in there. It's deep, but it's not enough space to throw in your fried dough and get it out without singeing your entire arm. You know what I'm saying? Yes, when you put something in the fryer, it'll pop because of how hot the oil is. Do you have an air fryer? I do have an air fryer. But it's not like a solid basket. So if I was going to put the batter in it, it would just fall through the holes. I don't have and if I put a basket on it, I don't know if it'll stay formed, you know? I don't know if it'll stay formed in drops. I think it'll flatten because it's an air fryer. Freeze things first? So how would I get it to stay? Like, if I'm going to do these donuts again, these donut balls, how would I get it to stay in a circular shape and not flatten even in the freezer? Wouldn't that take too long? Do I need to put it in a mold like it's an ice cube? Is that the way to do it? Do I need just like a silicone mold? Or like oil up a steel pan and then freeze it? How do you make your donut balls? I quite literally made batter and then just gloomped from an icing bag into the oil. And it would come out in like glumps. I know these aren't words. But it would come out in clumps out of the icing bag and just start frying as little circles. So if I put them, because I have mini cupcake pans. So if I fill mini cupcake pans, could that then do it? Hey, Vagrant Streams, thank you for the raid. I appreciate you. Welcome, welcome. I thought I had an alert for that, but apparently I don't have an alert for that. So I don't know if this button works, but I'm gonna try it. Vagrant streams. Does that work? Nope, okay, so that button doesn't do what I wanted to do. So everybody go follow them. Thank you for the raid. Welcome. I hope you had a good stream. I don't have anything set up because I'm not techie, but I appreciate you. Hello, welcome. No worries, sadly, I gotta go to sleep and hope you have a great night. You have a good night too. I hope your stream went well. Anybody still here? I'd love to hear what you're talking about. Much love, much love, much love. We appreciate y'all stopping by. And I'll see if I can get those alerts working because I have no idea how they work. But welcome. We're talking about cooking fair food, like fried dough. And I'm trying to figure out how do I keep the donut balls in the shape because I'm terrified of the oil. And the oil pops into my face and I think I'm going to start a fire. So like, how do I do this? If you make the batter, make it thicker than normal. And you can freeze the gloops and then put it in an air fryer. Oh, wait, okay, so you can fry, if I fry thick batter, and y'all, if you guys are cookers or bakers, my folks who just came in, please let me know your opinion, because I am not. And so so if I'm making batter, I'm trying to make fried dough. If I'm making batter, is it still gonna taste okay if the dough is that thick? Because I feel like a good part of fried dough is that it's thin and it's fluffy and it's light. Like, how thick would I need to make it in order for it to hold its shape and also still taste good? And also, follow-up question from somebody who doesn't do this. How do you make batter thicker? What exactly makes it thicker? Is it flour? Is flour what makes it thicker? Less liquid. Oh, so it's not that I should put more of something in. It's that I should put less of something in. Oh. Okay, so I should put less liquid in versus putting more of like flour or something. Okay. That might work. Okay, and then freeze it to get it to keep its shape. And then air fry it. Okay. Okay. This makes sense. I think this makes sense to my brain. What you do is you mix your batter, all your dry ingredients, and then slowly add your liquid until you get the thickness that you want. Oh, so it's about how much you add it once, too. Oh, I'm learning new things every day. Okay. Understood. Okay. Interesting. I sent you a link for air fryer funnel cake. Oh. Okay, I love that. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Ooh. Okay, that looks good. I'll give that a try. Because that's what I love. I love fair food, but the oil scares me. Because I'm a little bitch. The oil scares me. I agree with you, Rachel. Thank you, Kimberly. The oil makes me nervous when I work on a gas stove. Oh, a couple of recipes. Amazing. Sent you another. I see it. Thank you. That is fantastic. I've just found out that I have absolutely no idea how to make this command. I'm going through the Twitch chat thing to be like, okay, I thought I had an alert set for it, but I guess I don't. I thought I had set up a command. Dang. I really just don't understand technology at all. I have absolutely no idea. Nope, Stream Elements has no idea what I'm doing. It doesn't even know the command that I typed. Alright, well, I'll have to figure it out because I feel so bad when people raid and people say hello and I don't know how to shout them out. I don't know how to make it show up. I have to figure it out. I thought I had one, but apparently I don't know technology well at all. Okay. We are getting close to time when I need to go to bed as well. So let me see who's live right now. Who are we gonna raid? Who are we raiding on Twitch? Hey, thank you for the air fryer Oreos as well. I'm gonna look at that recipe. I know the feeling. Yeah, it's one of those things where like I thought I was okay, but apparently I'm real bad at technology. I mean, I know I'm bad at technology, but it's kind of crazy, to be honest, to be trying to do this and not know anything about it. I feel like maybe sometimes I feel like if I was better at it, then maybe, you know, we'd have more of a thriving community, but I choose not to believe that because I think our community is amazing. I like the people who find their way here despite my inept ability. I'm here for you. Amazing. Thank you. That one just uses pancake mix. Oh, I got that. Pancake mix I can do. It was more figuring out how to fry it safely that was my issue versus like making the batter type of energy, although I do hate making icing bags. I don't know why, I just can never do them correctly, like at all. I don't know, man, I don't know. Not gonna lie, all fair food batter is pancake mix. Oh yeah, most things are pancake mix. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. It's kind of crazy how many things are just pancake mix. It's like, oh, all right. Aw, thank you. Use a Ziploc bag and cut the corner. It's never worked well for me. It has never worked well. I can never get it all out. It's always like, I'll try and squeeze at the top and it just goes out to the sides. It's a skill that I've not been good at. So I don't ice too much. Sometimes I will. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It go like if I squeeze at the top, it goes to the sides instead of pushing down. Like you gotta milk it like a cow, and it never seems to work well. You would think I'd be good at milking cows. I'm in the Midwest, right? I'm a Midwest girly. I should know how to milk a cow. Oh, Lord. Just how the world goes. I don't know. It's something we play with, we figure out. Okay. Who do we want to raid tonight? What are we thinking? We've got Just Chatting. We've got Valorant. We got Baldur's Gate 3. We have Dungeons and Dragons. We have 2 things of Dungeons and Dragons. What you want to do is grab all 3 corners that don't have a cut in them and twist the bag twice, and your world is easier. Oh. Interesting. Okay, we need to have a cooking lesson. Oh, we're gonna go back to baking streams on Saturday because we're gonna have a lot now. Every Saturday is gonna be activity, and I want to bake. What did I drop? Oh, a rose fell off. Well, damn. Okay, I must have hit a rose. Okay. You paid me? Good. That's what everybody says when I try to cook or bake. That I paid them. They don't understand it. I'll start a channel just to show you how to do things. Collaboration time. Baking every Saturday. I like to bake, so I'm down to do more bakings on Saturday. That kind of shit's fun. I will not be doing... The air fryers are not in my possession, so I will not be doing that kind of stuff. But I love to do, like, cakes and jazz and all that kind of thing. I think that's fun. As long as I'll eat it. Because I don't think there's any point in making something that I'm not going to eat, you know? Or people in the house won't eat it. If people in the house will eat it, then we're okay. Let's see. I'm a hoarder of recipes. I remember you telling me this. I remember you telling me you had a shit ton. And I do want them all. So I feel like you should just give me a bunch. And then we'll make certain ones on Saturdays. I know we've talked before about everybody sends me their different recipes. You know what? Maybe I should do that. No? I just got 3 new cookbooks from my aunt. Fair. I'll just fuck up your recipes. You can't send them to me because I'll fuck them up. Oh my god. I'll give you recipes, not my books. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Sorry, I must not have said the right word. That's what I meant. I should start a thing where, like, maybe I'll post into the Discord, like, a section for everybody to give me different recipes. And now that we're going back to Saturday streams, we can have, like, a random recipe pulled from the hat. Or I'll tell people on, like, Sunday, the day after, who next week's... We'll pull every week for a new recipe from the chat. Make it a text channel. Rachel makes dinner. Yes, because I do. It is at 7 p.m. So, all right, I'll do that. I'll make a text channel in the Discord server where people can put their recipes in. And then I'll pull one every Saturday for the next time we do it. So they know that their recipe's going to be the one that's made. Do I like ranch? Again, I disappoint my Midwestern origins. No. No, I don't. But I don't like most things, to be fair. I barely eat anything. So if we make food that I don't eat, which is going to happen with dinners, what I'll do is I'll set a tiny bit aside to try it, because I think you guys will get a kick out of my reaction when I hate something. And then I'll save the rest for the rest of the people in the house who eat it. I had a ranch chicken tendy recipe, so we can still make it. I'll just save it for the rest of the people in the house, because they'll eat it. They will absolutely eat it. So I'll put it into a portion, and I'll save it for them, and I'll try a tiny bit, so that y'all can watch me gag on fucking live television, as we say. Because when I try things and I don't like them, I'm like, that is my facial reaction. So, I think you'll enjoy it. I think it'd be fun. I like baking and stuff, and I like cooking, so I'm down for that on Saturdays. I also stole some of my little baby nieces, craft kits, so that we have more activities. I stole a quilting kit, and I stole, those perler beads that you iron, so we can do activities like that, too. We might do one of those this Saturday, I'm not sure. Or we might do a baking one. Depends what ingredients we have. I'll have to check. But, if you've got anything you think we should try, woo! Don't touch me. You can't do that. You'll drive my anxiety crazy. My cord is touching me. I'm in college. I got a room to myself. Time to set up my channel. Literally just baking time. And we'll just double baking streams. I mean, they have that thing on Twitch now where you can stream to both channels at once with both of you combined. So, by all means, we can. But either way, I'll do them. Just let me know what you got. We'll see what we make this Saturday. Whether we do an activity or whether we do some baking, I'm down for both. I'm down for both. All day, every day. Okay. Let's raid. Okay, we're gonna raid Talking XP, playing Dungeons and Dragons. I got no money, no mic, and no talent. This is gonna be great. No, you're okay, gal. I appreciate you. And I don't want you to ever feel like you have to stop talking. I don't mind staying longer on stream and chatting. That's not an issue. It's more of the energy of, like, I think we can go in circles talking about baking and cooking rather than just, like, doing it. You know what I mean? I feel like we could talk forever and go in circles about it. And also, I don't want to keep you up. I don't want you to feel like you have to keep the conversation going. You know what I mean? I'll DM you. Yes. DM me the recipes you want me to try and all that jazz. We are going to raid Talking XP because they're a very nice, friendly D&D channel that I've talked with before. And we can show them a little love. But otherwise, we're going to be back on Wednesday. So we can chat more on Wednesday, especially Gal or anybody. If you have recipes you want me to make on Saturdays now, you can put them to Discord. You can DM me if you want, but you can also tell me on Wednesday. Because I'll take a list of everything on Wednesday, and I'll put them into, like, a randomizer so we can have it, like, randomly pick between everybody's suggestions. So on Wednesday when we do our stream, give me your suggestions, and we'll keep track of them all. I think that's a good way of doing it. So I'll see you guys Wednesday, and Saturday we'll do our activity stream. Whether we start that stream with a baking somebody's giving me, or a cooking somebody's giving me, or we do an activity, we'll see. But I will see y'all on Wednesday. Let me put up this raid. Okay, apparently it just does it not What happened? I don't understand. Oh, because I put the exclamation point like a dumbass bitch. Lord help me. Okay. God, I'm so not a technology person. I love you, gal. Thank you for chatting with me. Thank you to all my people on YouTube like Kimberly and Theta, and all my people who've been on Twitch like Alex and everyone who's been talking tonight. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate everybody just watching and lurking. You guys really make my days better. So I appreciate all you. Thank you for the D&D help. Thank you for the D&D conversation. Are you kidding me? You guys helped me with our campaign. There's no way I'm not going to talk to you back about yours. I ain't that hypocritical, okay? I love you all. I appreciate you all. And I better see you on Wednesday. Better be talking to have a good time on Wednesday too, okay? All right. I'll put out that raid. This time it'll work. Thank you. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Have a good night, okay? I'll see you then.